Hello, welcome back to a brand new episode of the Pick a Side podcast. My name is Joel Moran, and I'm here with River Brown, Andrew Velez, and Joe Dehls. And this is now episode 292. In this episode, we're going to preview 2023 NBA free agency, talk about Damian Lillard's meeting with Portland, and the John Collins trade. 8 more episodes to go. So 300 We're right on the cusp. Shout out to everybody that's tuning in live. And we already have a super chat from Kill Moves.
Oh.
Is it too early to say De La Cruz is a certified dog?
We were just talking about it right before we started.
Reds are legit, and they've made me get back into baseball since we in the dark days of sports.
Let me tell you, man, I love my Yankees. I've watched more Reds baseball than the Yankees recently. They've just been more fun to watch than any other team.
They've been electric.
They call themselves America's team. I'll be honest, they didn't lie. They are fun. They are fun to watch.
They go on 14 in a row, was it, before they lost?
And then the Braves came to town.
It's the Braves.
Hate that for them.
This is your new team, though. You're a Reds fan now.
Maybe.
There's no way.
You're
claiming the Reds now?
He did it. He didn't have to
just
say
said it before we started.
I said I might. It was a thought process.
I think it's valid for him to have an NL team.
What the? No. I'm sorry.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
baseball's where you draw the line.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Fucking hilarious.
I care less about him liking the Reds than
the fucking Reds.
NBA is your favorite sport, right?
Yeah,
I'm cool with that. NFL,
you act like the Reds are like they
right.
win every year.
It's not what I'm saying.
Rebuild.
Listen, you could, like, hey, Reds, Cincinnati, admire you from afar.
All right, fine.
You're
Miami.
awesome.
I was talking a lot about them. Can I be a Miami Marlins fan?
I'd rather than be a Reds
What are we
fan.
doing with like fans that, bro? Just again, hey,
I think one in each
I see
league is
you.
fine.
Was I not pretty?
You were on the Jazz wave before the season started.
Let me at least.
All right.
We're giving them Marlins, not Reds.
They're winning too.
He can do either or. Who am I guess, right?
Who are you indeed? I'm gonna stick with the Marlins though, 'cause Jazz is back. He came back from IR.
So I'll take Cincinnati.
So now 2 major things we want to announce. The first one being that we will be releasing merch soon. This is the hat, shirts, and shorts combo. Gotta mention it every single time.
When the hell is it coming out?
Soon.
We're getting our shirts first. We're gonna test the quality.
Like G
of
Herbo
them.
soon or like soon? G
Lil
Herbo
Durk soon?
Fucking
We're
Christ.
fucked.
And then second, we just released a new Patreon episode.
Yes, we did.
Back to back.
Listen, and there's been a lot of doubt on our name, but here we are, second week in a row, 2 Patreon episodes, and guess what? Next week there'll be a third, and the week after that, a fourth. We're never going to miss another Patreon episode. So help me God.
We might.
Listen, yeah, we would
when
definitely.
we get back,
Back, I'm not doing
beat,
anything.
We'll beat
Monday.
that day.
I'll be honest.
But we'll record sometime that week,
Dude. We're gonna
episode.
record content for the Patreon while we're in Vegas.
Then really,
Come
Perfect.
on,
because
you guys,
we got back from Monday.
Who's gonna edit it and get that up by Monday?
get it to
John.
John.
Okay,
That's what he be.
That's
What this fucking job is
This,
for, right?
this is gonna be our camera. We're gonna clip a bunch. Hey, John, here's
That'll be
these
Patreon.
20 video
You have fun.
clips. Yeah, good
No
luck.
good because Monday was fried.
Yeah,
I'll
and
be
we're getting
honest.
back at like 10 a.m. on a fucking 5-hour flight.
Now, this is going to be a free agency show. We're going to hit on 2 topics within the NBA. But if you guys have questions you guys want to give us, then donate some super chats and we'll get to your question during the free agency show preview of the episode. Because really, it's a free-flowing conversation that we want to have when it comes to free agency. There are some top players that are going to be in the market, but most of us are expecting them to re-sign with their teams.
And,
Unfortunately.
And also, it's just slow news. We're talking about John Collins getting traded. So we need some topics. So send us questions.
So help us out. And also wanted to shout out Mojo real quick. My mic just got really loud of nowhere.
Just
Did
a
it?
tad
Yeah.
loud.
I tried to adjust it because I felt like I was a little bit too low. So, of course, you guys know that Mojo is our biggest sponsor. And in regards to Mojo, if you guys don't know what it is, you can bet on sports like stocks. You can download the app anywhere, but you can only trade in New Jersey currently. But they are going to release a DFS app soon that will be available in 30 states. So the odds that it's available in your state is over 50% if you're in the United States. And on Mojo, you can do money lines, you can do player props, and you can also bet on that player's career. They also have a payout calculator like other sportsbook apps have, and that's a useful tool. Now, Andrew,
Yes.
your Mojo portfolio is up first
You're
because
up,
it's the most impressive.
Wow, man.
And
I'm
your
flattered.
portfolio at $2,000, you're up $1,100, 112%.
And why is the reason you're up so much money?
First off, shout out to my dog, Jordan Love. More importantly, shout out to my brother, Tua Tagovailoa. I told you last year that it was going to be his breakout season. And what did he do? Exactly that. It reflected in the Mojo price, $29 at the start of the season. I said, get in now. He's a quarterback. He's going to be prolific. And the prolific price will be shown. And of course, what happened? Now he's $41, $42. I'm up over 170%. I think that's what it is there. It's 120, 170, one of the two.
You're up 237%.
230%. That's in general. But
no, that's just Tua. 237%.
Listen, I told you guys, and stay tuned for my Mojo breakout player coming later in the season. Of course, we're still very early in the NFL offseason. But of course, there's going to be those guys, and Jordan Love was one of those very early on. We'll see what happens this offseason. We'll see what reports come out if we decide to really double down on Jordan, because we've really made some good money on Jordan. Shout out to him. So I don't want to make this it's just a Tua thing. The only reason I've made money, the percentage might say that Tua has made me a good portion of my money. Fair enough. But no, Jordan really has given me some good return.
And now, Dehls, you're up next. Your portfolio.
Yes, sir. And one of the reasons why Drew is up so much money is because on Mojo, you could add multipliers, right? So when you go into invest players, because sometimes, right, a lot of these receivers and running backs, they might only go up $1 or $2. But on these players, you could do multipliers. I think for Tua, you probably were able to do
I got the 6X. Yeah, I got the 6X for Tua.
So if he goes up $3, if you include that 6X, that's really $18. But it goes the opposite way. If he goes down, it goes down $18.
But you can never lose more than you initially put in. So if you only bet $10 initially, if you put the multiplier in, you can only lose $10. You're not going to owe more money.
And this guy, Joel, tried to get me to sell all my Tua Tagovailoa stock before the season could start just because, hey, bro, there's no money to be made in Tua right now. This guy was big in his day trading at the time. And
that's not what I was.
This
is the logic I was given to Drew. It was during the NBA. And I said, listen, Tua's not going to play. That price will not go up. So you sell the $1,000 plus you having them now, you can potentially invest into an Austin Reeves who early in the season was $60 and now he's almost at 100.
Right. Yep.
And now you would have came up.
Or this is what you do: put more money into Mojo, make shit pop.
Yeah.
That's my thought process.
I just like playing with the money I have inside the app. But I understand.
Oh no, there's been multiple times where I'm just like, you know what? Fuck it, $50. Yeah, I don't give a shit. Hurt.
Yeah. So that's Dell's portfolio. And what players are you invested in mostly?
So my big one was Jalen Hurts. When I was signing up, they were giving out free stock in a random player. And I got Jalen Hurts. And not only did I get Jalen Hurts, I got $500 worth of Jalen Hurts just for signing up and depositing. They gave me $500 worth of Jalen Hurts.
I was jealous.
Some of the other players I'm up big on: Brock Purdy, I'm up 116%. Anthony Richardson, 105%. Tua, shout out to Drew, 104%. Caleb Williams, also have college players. Caleb Williams, going to be the number one pick next year, 28%. And Garrett Wilson, 13%. So I'm up $330 on my portfolio.
And to talk about my portfolio, I'm at $224. I cash in and cash out frequently. I am a day trader when it comes to Mojo.
I know.
I'm constantly on it. I'm constantly playing around with it. So pause. Right now, my major investments are Scoot Henderson, Brock Purdy, Amen Thompson. I invested more money into the Austin Reeves because when Austin Reeves gets a big time contract, his price is gonna be higher. So I'm waiting on that to happen. And then Jordan Love. Right now it's a negative, but that's because I just reinvested into him right before the show. I have the winnings that I got from Mojo. I think I lost the picture that I was going to use for this, but I won like $200 just from Cam Whitmore in the NBA draft.
Yeah, shorted him.
Yeah, I shorted him. He was, I think, the 6th highest priced prospect on Mojo. And he quickly fell down. He was $99. He went all the way down to $50. I cashed out on that. And Austin Reeves, I cashed out on too. I invested into him in the playoffs. Same thing with Jamal Murray.
So you're not winning for the contract.
I cashed out. Now I'm back in.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Now I'm back in
still.
Yes. But yes, I am a day trader.
Slut.
Yes. I constantly do that. But yeah, that's Mojo for you. We all have portfolios on Mojo. And like always, make sure you guys are betting responsibly. If you are in New Jersey, then you can use Pick a Side Mojo for a deposit bonus. And if you're not in New Jersey, you can still download the app and wait for them to release their DFS product across 30 states, and it'll still work. Now, let's get on to the first topic of the show. The Blazers and Dame had a meeting yesterday in the afternoon, and he's staying in Portland for the time being. Dame is not going to pressure the Blazers into any moves right now. He wants to see how this roster looks post free agency. And I'll be honest, I think he's still demanding a trade.
Okay.
He is going to wait and see what Portland does in free agency. But realistically, what are those moves going to be?
I respect you sticking to your guns on this.
The moves are going to be bringing back Jeremy Grant and hopefully praying to God you can make a play for Draymond Green.
Would you rather have Jeremy Grant or Kyle Kuzma?
I'd rather have Kyle Kuzma.
For a name?
Oh. Who'll be cheaper?
No, just as a player, I'd rather have Kuzma.
Is Kuzma going to be cheaper? I think so.
No.
I think Grant's going to be cheaper.
It probably have to be the same
I
amount.
think
right?
Grant is
Grant
getting
wants
more.
like 182, bro.
Well, Kuz wants 30 a year.
It'd probably be
How
around the
many
same.
years,
They
though?
want the same
Probably.
amount.
Yeah,
It was
probably
reported
about
that
the same.
Jeremy
That's true.
Grant wants $30 million a year.
Okay. About the same.
Yep.
But that's the move that Portland's going to make. We're talking about a roster that is going to be Dame, Simons, Grant, Nurkic, Shaedon Sharp. That's starting lineup.
Scoot.
I mean, what he's going to come off the
starting
bench.
lineup, yes.
Do we know that
Scoot is coming off the bench.
number 3 overall pick? You think he's coming off the bench?
Anthony Simons is
Sixth
their
man of the
2
year.
guard right
Get
now.
ready.
You disgust me,
Bro,
This guy wanted to have an Anthony Simons
You could be a
agenda,
Simons
and
guy,
now
but
he
it's Scoot.
How
It's
many-
Scoot.
Let me ask you a question.
He's kicking
No,
him
no,
down to
no.
6 man.
Bro, let me ask you a question. How many people have made Hall of Fame careers by being 6 men? Those
Anthony Simons averaged 26 points per game as a starter.
Imagine what he's going
not
to
my
do
6th
against
man.
the second unit. He's
An-
going to kill.
Anthony, Scoot Henderson, it's not bad for a rookie to be a 6
I'm not
man.
saying that.
Coming into the league.
Stop. Scoot's not coming off.
He's
the
not.
bench.
I think he has to start.
There's no generation.
He's starting over Simons like that.
Yes, there's no generational talent coming
No,
off the
he's
bench.
not. He's not starting over Simons
No,
like
Scoot
that.
is
He's-
1,000.
He's
trying
not
to
starting over
strip
Simons
me
like
of
that.
my
if
Anthony
he
Simons
doesn't
love.
start, some shit is wrong. Like, all the
Bro,
way
Riff,
wrong.
I'm wrong for wanting Anthony Simons to be the 6th man.
Yes,
Why?
I would want him to be in a bigger role.
No,
Personally.
I understand that. But I'm saying for the Portland Trailblazers, for him, he's going to have success as a 6 man. I'm wrong for wanting him to be my 6 man.
Well, he was just a starter.
There's no
last year.
place for him if Scoot and Dame are going to start.
That's selfish.
That's the problem.
That's selfish.
no, but I understand. Is that
That's selfish.
of who?
That's
Damian?
selfish for you. No, that's selfish for you
What
to
do
want
you
Anthony
mean?
Simons
That's-
to be in a lesser role
Bro,
to
it's
benefit
not a
Portland.
lesser role.
That's selfish.
It's not a
I
lesser
want
role.
Anthony Simons to go to Toronto and run his own squad
me ask you-
because he'd be an
Let
all-star.
me ask you a question. Manu Ginobili, 6 man. Did he have a lesser role just because he was 6 man? No. Did J.R. Smith have a lesser role just because he was 6 man? No. Lou Will, did he have a lesser role just because he's 6 man? No. Yes, I'm naming all-time great 6 men. Do you think I care? Not at all. What I'm going to do is push my Anthony Simons agenda in that manner that I can say he is going to be one of the great players at the 6 man position, that he could be a strong candidate for 6 man of the year. And that's not a knock. That's a praise.
So your take right now is Anthony Simons is going to be one of the best
See, I
six-man
knew
players
I knew that's
of
where he
all
was gonna
time.
go.
That's what he's basically
No,
saying.
he's saying right
That's
now.
what
Well,
he's
he was
saying.
comparing to all-time greats, but he's saying
I'm-
right
all-
now.
all
he
those-
should
I
be
literally
the-
said
if
I
he's a 6-man, He should be the favorite to
I
win 6 man of the year.
acknowledge exactly.
All those players, it was different situations. Lou Will is undersized for a shooting guard, and he's not a 2-point guard. He had to come off the bench. That's not Anthony Simons. J.R. Smith came off the bench because when he came to the Knicks at first, he was coming from
Is Simons
China.
not
He
undersized
had
too?
Simons is 6'4".
I thought he was like 6'2".
Simons is skinny, but he's
6'4".
6'4".
I'm gonna look it up.
Simons is 6'4".
So
J.R.
maybe
Smith was
stretching
coming from
it.
China, and then the Knicks gave him a shot, and then he was a 6-man. But J.R. Smith on the Cavalier teams when they won championships, was he a 6-man? He was not a 6-man. He was a starter.
He wasn't starting.
He's 6'3".
He was.
No,
J.R.
he-
Smith
he-
was
he
starting.
started.
I thought Shump was starting.
Nah, it was no.
Simon 6'3", 180 is undersized for 2.
6'4".
It was
with
Kyrie.
shoes
It
on.
was JR. It was LeBron.
This could be
it was
6'3"
Caleb,
with
It was
shoes.
Tristan.
Manu Ginobili's a 6-man.
I
I'll
did.
give you, but I'm looking at
Right,
Anthony
right.
Simons.
6'3", come on,
Like,
bro.
so
Stop it. Stop.
100.
If it was-
he's my weight.
He's 100. Yeah, he's 100.
if it was up to Drew, James Harden would have never developed into a superstar.
What
He
do
would
you
have just been a
mean?
6-man in
That's
OKC
not
his
true.
entire career.
That's not true at
you
all.
You want that to be Simons.
That's not at all what I'm saying.
Anthony Simons is my guy. I want him to do his thing.
Now he's trying to reclaim
Jeez,
Simon.
there we go.
What do you
This
mean
is
reclaim
getting
Simons? I've
messy,
always
man.
had Simons.
This is getting
Rip knows I've
messy.
always had Simons. This isn't
He's
new.
gonna go back to Riv. Remember? I told you I love Anthony Simons. I can tell you what college you went to.
What college did he go to?
He went to IMG Academy. It wasn't even college or
There
high
you
school.
go.
So I believe wholeheartedly Anthony Simons is going to thrive as a 6-man.
That shit is whack, bro.
But what are you going to do? Put him at the 3? You
Send
run the smallest
Dame
lineup of all time?
Bro, send Dame
No,
out of there,
stop,
bro. Like, this
you're
shit-
losing me.
Bro, it's becoming it's like, what do you like? It's to a point where
Portland's
it's
in
like,
the business
what
of
do you mean?
keeping talent, not getting rid of it.
no, keep the
They're
young
in the
talent.
business
Keep the
of
young- yes, keep
rebuilding.
the
They
young
should
Bro,
be
talent.
they just got
rebuilding.
Scoop, and they have Shaedon Sharp. They're good.
I don't. Oh my god. I don't
They are
understand- I don't understand
good.
what Dame's doing here. I'm so confused at what he's doing. Do you want to win? Do you not want to win? Do you want to be a leader? Do you not want to be a leader? Do you
He
want
is
to
a
mentor the young guys? Scoot's probably one of the most mature 18, 19-year-olds we've ever seen. But okay,
Love him.
mentor him. It's cool, I guess. I don't know what Dame wants to do here, but
It's his
Ray, that's an
perception.
ignorant.
Yeah.
That's an
Dame
ignorant
just
statement.
doesn't want to get. I feel like Dame is thinking if he goes and demands a trade and goes to Miami, because there's a report out there, it might have been Chris Haynes who said he doesn't want to go somewhere where there's already 2 All-Stars, which would be Miami. But Dame is not going to be put in the same conversation as KD going to the Warriors and to a lesser extent LeBron going to
literally
Miami.
nobody.
That's what Dame's worried
But
about.
he's making
that's
it
how it's
worse
gonna be
with all these comments.
back at.
Like, I don't want to go to a team that's so bro. What do you honestly want? Like, do you want?
He's
like,
just worried that I feel like he cares a lot about his legacy. The legacy he's leaving on the game,
Yeah.
and if he makes this move, but he's 33. You've put in your
Yeah.
time in Portland. You've waited about as long as you can to get a contender. It didn't happen.
And
That's fine.
I'm so glad Portland said, "Fuck what he's talking about. We're taking Scoot with this pick.
They
He
know
fell
the
right
choice.
into our lap.
No other choice.
We're keeping him. They're not moving Scoot. There's
No,
no way
no,
they're
no.
moving.
No,
Scoot.
they're not.
He's locked.
That's
You
the
know,
future.
And now
That's
it's
the
like,
future.
yeah, the future's gonna start.
Yeah.
By the way, I don't know what we're
No,
doing.
no.
Scoot Henderson is starting for the Portland Trailblazers in the preseason. Maybe not the preseason, but day 1 NBA season, game 1, he is starting. Will Dame be there? I don't think so. I don't think Dame's gonna be there for the Portland Trailblazers, and I think that's okay, bro. It's time to move on.
The Portland Trailblazers, this is how the cap table looks like. Dame is getting paid $45 million.
Understandably so.
Simons is getting paid $24
Steal.
mil.
Great
You're
contract.
telling me I'm getting $24 million from my 6 man
Give me a
is
second.
crazy.
Give me 1 second.
Norman
For the next 3
Norman
years.
Powell's making 18,
18.
19.
Norman
He's a
Powell
certified Falcon.
wasn't he a starter in Toronto? And that's where he got his contract.
Yeah, he was
Oh,
starting
no,
for
no.
the Clippers a little bit.
He was a starter for the
He got a
Blazers.
start for the Portland, yeah.
Yeah, he was started for the
No,
Blazers.
he wasn't a starter for Blazers.
Yes, he
CJ
was.
still there?
No.
Okay.
Because they traded him to the Pelicans that year. I believe Norman Powell started for the Blazers. I could
Norman
double check.
started some time for the Clippers too.
I
He's just
could double
he
check.
pays gets buckets.
Simons too.
So in
Yeah.
Portland, yeah, he started almost every game for Portland when he was there. But they are allocating so much money to Simons that I don't think he's coming off the bench. Now, listen, I understand Scoot is a great player, and he's going to be a great player. He's a great prospect. He's going to be a great player. That's what I meant to say. There's no harm in easing somebody into the NBA. You
They're
don't have
losing,
to be, you don't have to go off rip. If Dame gets traded, I'm thinking Scoot is going to start.
Obviously.
Anthony Simons last season in 11 starts averaged 28 points per game and 6 assists. He shot 46% from the field and 41% from 3.
That's nuts.
He's a star. He's not a 6-man. He's a
those
star.
starts
It's
with,
just
those starts
circumstance.
without Dame, right?
Yeah.
And they drafted
But he averaged
Scoot.
21 throughout the
They
season with Dame.
paid Simons before they drafted Scoot. They drafted Scoot knowing damn well
He
we
started.
already have
Yeah,
these
he's-
guards on the roster.
They don't care, bro. They don't care how many points Simons averaged in those 11 games. How many
Scoot's
points they
the
saw
third pick
Scoot
is
and said,
more
"We're
important than
taking
the
him."
24 mil a year.
If Simons, the play for Simons is not going to be to come off the bench. The play for Simons is they're going to trade him to get a all-star
If they
caliber
keep
type
Dame,
of player.
I'd
Yes.
agree. Yes.
If they're keeping Dame and you're going with the
Yeah, you
Scoot
kinda
and
have
Dame
to.
backcourt, then Simons is getting traded for a starting player.
Mhm.
Because right now you're looking at, I mean, Nurkic is one of the worst defenders in the league at the center position.
Injury-prone also.
Injuries have messed up his career. When he started in Portland, he was off to a fantastic start. He was one of my favorite players in the NBA, but injuries have really hurt him. Jeremy Grant,
One of your favorite players in the NBA?
at that time, he was.
Who?
He was at Nurkic when he
Year
first
was
came onto the scene.
What year was that?
No, I'm not doubting your fetish.
I
I'm
am.
laughing at who you're choosing.
What year was
It was
that?
2019.
2018. You was a fan of Nurkic. That was one of your favorite players.
You don't remember
I
you
don't.
don't remember in the high school lobby we debated about Nurkic, and I was like, bro, if the Blazers had Nurkic, they could beat the Warriors.
Yeah, but I don't think
Wait, remember that?
I don't think that makes you one. I don't think that makes him one of your favorite players. Just
No,
advocate.
That's,
for.
I've
No,
never heard.
I'm not
going
gonna
to
doubt your fetish for-
No, it was in
Nurkic,
20.
no.
No,
That's not
because
something you lie about.
this what happened.
To be fair,
Not 2019, 2017, because
All
he
right,
was on
you
the
got it.
Denver. He was on the Denver Nuggets, and before he got traded to the Blazers, he averaged 8 points and 6 rebounds. He went to Portland, and in 20 games, he averaged 15 and 10 and he was a great defensive player, but then he got injured. Remember when he broke his leg?
Yeah, you're fucking nuts for thinking if they had Nurkic, it was beating the Warriors. By the way,
insane.
Nurkic was like that at the time.
Steph
In
would put him in
2017
Steph would put him in
Warriors,
hell,
too.
but yeah, you're fucked, bro. That was terrible.
That's
But,
why I was
maybe
keeping
we're-
an eye.
I didn't think they was gonna get KD. You know what I'm saying? When
It
no
still was.
KD, they had a
Nurkic
chance.
is
They
the
had Kyrie
Damn
in 20
CJ and that and healthy
Nurkic
They
Nurkic.
had
is the
KD.
needle mover.
Healthy
Wait,
Nurkic.
is that
2017 they had
2016 or
KD.
2017? It's got to be.
Even if
that
you
bad.
don't get KD, you tell me Nurkic changes and they beat the 73-9 Warriors. You got it. You can't.
Yeah, you're
just say-
smoking.
Yeah, you're
Nurkic was that good. He was that good.
No, he obviously
Draymond was
wasn't.
putting him in hell, bro. Like that.
No, he wasn't.
You know he was.
Yusuf Nurkic healthy would have bodied him. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh Jesus Christ!
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Healthy Yusuf Nurkic is
Healthy
different.
All right,
Nurkic.
listen. Let's get back to the topic at hand. Are we going to disrespect this Blazers team so tremendously that we really think that Dame should go?
It's a borderline playing team.
We
Bro.
got. I
I
don't
just want to see
disagree.
Scoot
But what
succeed.
about the year after that? And what about the year after that?
But he's 33.
Is he 33?
Yeah, he's maybe 32.
I can check.
I'm gonna be honest. In 3 years, the Blazers won't be title contenders anyway.
be
They
getting
won't be a
50
serious
mil, bro.
playoff team.
I say
either
this
way.
with the idea that Shaedon Sharp is
He's
going.
turning 33 in like
Okay,
a couple weeks.
Shaedon Sharp is going to continue to progress. We saw what he did last season: 23 points per game, very solid efficiency in the last 10 games. I believe it was 46% from the field, but 38% from three. Obviously, he showed some strong flashes. I believe in Scoot Henderson. I believe that he will be a great NBA player. Damian Lillard is Damian Lillard. He will continue to put unbelievable numbers. And we just saw him have his best statistical season this past season. Now, yes, depending on what they do, are they going to bring Jeremy Grant back? We don't know about that, but obviously they're in the business of keeping talent, not getting rid of it. So that's a bonus. You just drafted Chris Murray, who I think we all can collectively sit here and say he's an NBA-ready player.
Yeah.
Not saying that he's going to be anything special, otherworldly. We just understand that he can come in day one and fulfill a role and do a job. And when it comes to the front court, that's when we really start to have some
So can I
strong
ask you a
questions.
question, Drew? Because now CBA kicks in. It's going to kick in next year. Dame is making about 45 to 50, probably more $1 million. Simon's contract will be up in 2 years, if I'm not mistaken.
Signed a
No,
4-year
three,
deal, right?
3 years.
His contract will be up in 3 years. You got Scoot. You eventually have to pay him. If you bring back Jeremy Grant, he's be getting paid. You won't have money to really move, so you'll pretty much have this team for a couple years, and
They'd be able to match salaries though.
yeah.
they would have the
but who would
contract
you be able to
match.
trade? You're gonna eventually still at one point
But they're
have
gonna
to
have
trade.
they're gonna
Dame.
have draft picks and they're gonna have salaries to match.
They don't even have their pick this year.
You know what?
It's probably protected.
This is my
No,
thought
it was protected
process.
last year.
Riv, let me know if
Is it unprotected? It's probably some protection.
let me
Look
know
for
what
it.
you think about this.
Talk
The
to
way
me.
that I see it is we're having these conversations. Most likely the odd man out is Anthony Simons. You're probably going to move him, but you get a pretty firm starter in return. So you're going to wonder, where does
I
the
don't know,
money
though.
get
Do you?
allocated?
I
Do
think
you get a
because
starter in return for that
if
contract?
you was
Definitely.
moving Simons and that pick, you were getting a firm.
I'm not saying you're getting
undeniable
a star.
player.
I'm not saying you're getting
But
a
now
star.
you're just moving Simons without the pick. You have to kind of match his
It's
contract.
top
need.
14 protected.
Fuck, man.
But you
Um,
need an but
But you're
if
gonna get a
trading
good
him for
starter,
need,
yeah. But
yes.
even then, we've seen Bridges is going for 3 to 4. They want 3 to 4 draft. They're overvaluing him. OG Anunoby's getting overvalued. So now it's going to be a little bit more than Simon.
We're doing all these mental gymnastics.
No, Dame is the odd man out. But I
when
think Simons
the
is low-key
Blazers
too.
but I only say
can't
that 'cause
win a
you're saying-
championship like this. They can't.
I
It's
think
unlikely.
low key we could see a reality where Dame and Simons are both gone, and they just run Scoop and Sharp at the 1 and 2.
Drew, let me ask you this question. Are you counting on, because based on what you're saying, this is what I'm getting. You're counting
I'm
on
going to say that the Portland Trailblazers can win a championship.
you're counting on
I
a
can't wait.
on a year 4 Shaedon Sharp, year 3 Scoot Henderson
Vibes.
with other young rookie players on this team that are going to be in year 2 or the first rookie year with Dame to actually be a competitive enough team in the West to make it far.
Dame would be 36 by then.
Dame just wants a shot. He doesn't want the deck stacked. He doesn't want to be favorites. He just wants a shot. So it's ridiculous to say, but if they're able to move Grant and sign and trade or Nurkic or whoever and just get one more piece and be a 6 seed, that might be all.
Get him
that-
Karl
that's
Anthony
the-
Towns.
That's the optimism that Drew's painting, though,
I am.
that
For Simons.
along the line,
I'm sorry, it's
Shaedon
not crazy.
and Scoot would develop. But I think that even in year 3, year 4, it's too much to ask of them to be a highly competitive team in the Western Conference.
You're guessing.
Let's do.
Tough
We
guess.
are. But hey, it's the offseason. Let's have some fun, right? The Timberwolves have allocated over $500 million to 3 players. Naz Reid being a great contract. I believe it was 3 years, $45 million. I thought that was
Beautiful.
a very great contract. And then you have Rudy Gobert and Karl Anthony Towns making about $250 million, around that a pop. So now that means one of those players are bound to be moved. Obviously,
you want the non-playoff performance.
Nas Reed's definitely not going to be one of those. Karl Anthony Towns with a Damian Lillard, two guys that can obviously space the floor, and the defense definitely becomes a question. However, that's a very high level player that can now come to the Portland.
Cat and Dame not doing nothing, bro.
Cat and Dame is actually hilarious.
Hey, competing,
but
they can compete.
They got a shot.
And I say that primarily
don't want
because
this for Scoot.
Anthony Edwards hasn't gotten paid yet, and that's
messy.
another guy that's the primary piece for the Portland Trailblazers. So one of those two, Rudy Gobert and or Karl Anthony Towns, are going to be shipped, and I believe that it will be Karl. Yeah, I do believe it'll be Karl.
I just think the Blazers are they can't realistically compete.
Respect Shaden, respect Scoot, Anthony Simons. I'm praying 6
You're
man
disrespecting him right now.
I'm
not disrespecting him.
Is it disrespectful to say he will be prime?
It's disrespectful to pigeonhole him into that role just because you want Scoot to start.
We know he could do more.
It's not what I want.
We know
what I think will
Simons
happen.
can do more. But if you decide between Scoot and Simons, it's Scoot.
Pigeonhole?
You're pigeonholing him into a role.
I'm forcing
he's
Scoot,
not, but he's not going to be six
I'm
man
sorry.
forever.
I'm sorry that I'm more willing to start the player who just averaged 21 for an entire season, who averaged 28 when he started, over the 3rd overall pick, just so you can ease him into the league. I'm not saying a year 3 Scoot's going to come off the bench.
Who's the future of the Blazers?
It's Scoot, but why can't you ease him in?
I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, I'm gonna be 100% honest with you. There might not be like 17 point guards that would start over Scoot if he got picked by any of these other teams. Like, I'm gonna just be realistic with you. Derrick Rose came and started. John Morant came in and started. Scoot's coming in and he's going to start, bro. And it's Anthony Simons is not stopping.
No disrespect to Simons.
Simons is a good player.
Really good.
I love him.
He's a rookie. I can't just ease him in.
Anthony Simons is not stopping.
If you're doing that, Trey Simons. I
don't want
Trey
that to happen.
Simons.
The Blazers are in the business.
What you mean buy? He's gonna be an all-star.
Cool. Scoot is gonna be better than Simons.
He's not year one.
He's gonna
not year one.
Not year one.
Okay.
Not year one.
Year 3, yeah.
Not year one.
Year 3 for sure.
Not year one. And also, when we talk about
year 2, maybe. Like, what are you saying?
Also, when we talking about playing alongside Dame, you need some spacing. Scoot not gonna offer that spacing. Anthony Simons at 40% 3-point shooting sniper. He's gonna offer that.
How many years did they win this year?
Don't do that.
Dame got injured.
Late in the season, bro.
Dame got injured when they were the first seed in the West.
No.
And then they traded Josh Hart.
That
like
shit didn't last for that long.
5 teams.
They were like
9-3.
9-3. It wasn't that long of a game, bro. I'm sorry. I know you like Simons. He's a really good player.
That's my guy.
Yeah, no, listen.
You know that's my guy.
Yeah.
You know that's my
He's a really
guy.
good player. Scoot is looked at as a generational point.
I know what Scoot is looked at.
Listen, he's not getting.
I do. I 100%
appreciating and realizing how great of a prospect.
Bro, I know how
Scoot
great
truly
Scoot
is.
is. I'm just saying it's no issue to ease in a rookie into the league.
Anthony fucking Simons, bro.
Anthony's a 20-point per game
You're
scorer.
getting rude. You're getting rude.
Don't you?
I'm not disagreeing with you,
bro.
But you're treating Simons.
No, bro. No, it's not that, bro. Scoot's not coming off the bench for Simons, bro.
He's not.
Like, I understand if this was De'Aaron Fox, Steph Curry, SGA. I understand what we're doing here. Dame, like, okay, those guys, Scoot ain't starting over. But, bro, Jalen Brunson, you can even say, like, yo, that's New York's king.
There's a few.
Scoot would not start over Jalen Brunson as a rookie.
No, you're saying no.
All right.
I'm saying no.
Would he start over RJ Barrett at the 2-guard spot?
RJ Barrett? He probably would. I'll be honest with you.
I'd rather see Scoot out there than RJ.
Bro. There's a lot of guys Scoot would start. It's okay, bro. Simons is one of those guys. It's so fine.
But you make a good point. You should move Simon. If he's going to be your 6 man, he is too talented to be your 6 man. Move him to get someone who actually.
But Scoot is also too talented.
Appreciate him.
He would kill
Appreciate him.
He would kill.
And Drew, I'm not disrespecting Shaden Sharp or Scoot Henderson.
No, you're disrespecting Scoot.
No, I'm not. Sure. I'm not. It's not a hot take to say that a rookie should be eased into the NBA.
This isn't a regular rookie.
I'm not saying
this isn't a regular rookie.
Bro, I'm not saying that he should come off the bench the entire year. I'm just saying that maybe for the first 20 games he could come off the bench. Why you got to rush him to start?
Anthony Black are going to. That's
because Orlando got nobody.
No. This is my thing. If you had Anthony Black or Amon, guys who need not a little bit raw, still need to come their ways, you can bring them up. We're talking about a guy who is literally quoted as a generational point guard. You don't pick a generational prospect and say, we're going to just ease you in.
I got a question for you.
Do that,
I got a question for you.
Portland is going to be, they're not doing that.
I got a question for you. If the Trailblazers had the 3rd overall pick in the Dame CJ era and they took Scoot Henderson, would Scoot start over CJ immediately?
CJ McCollum?
Mhm.
If they had, first of all, if they had the 3rd overall pick in the Dame and CJ's getting moved. Yes.
No, but I'm saying if he's not getting moved, would you start Scoot over CJ immediately in that Dame and CJ era in Portland?
No,
Probably not.
no.
And
Here's
probably
the thing.
not. Probably not.
Obviously,
I don't
they
think there's
never
a big
put
gap
themselves-
between Simons and
Here's the
CJ. Am I
thing,
bugging?
But Dame and CJ made the playoffs every
probably
year.
not.
Dame and CJ made the playoffs every year. But again, I'll live in your hypothetical because that's what we're
I
doing.
still-
It's the
I still think
offseason.
you
We're
think
having
about it.
fun. The answer is no.
Still think about it.
You think about it, but I think
Think about
ultimately no.
I'm just saying for Scoot
But who's better,
Henderson,
CJ or Simons?
Who's shown more?
I think
Fuck a
they're-
better.
they're-
Who's shown more?
That's
they're definitely in a
that's showing
similar
more.
series. CJ's showing more, but they're
They
definitely.
were just,
I think
they
right
were
now
just
they're in the same
winning
tier.
more with
Yeah,
CJ.
yeah, for sure.
CJ literally has won them playoff
And
games.
it's not like Simons is bad. We're not saying Simons is bad.
Has he not? We all think he's a dog.
One.
All right.
Well, how many assignments won?
He
Why
hasn't
are you
been
doing
there.
this?
I'm
Wait,
sorry.
Fred,
This is getting out of hand.
please.
This is getting out of hand.
I'm
bro.
just saying
We're acting like
we're
when you
talking about
talk when you
like,
talk
we're
about
not
Scoot
talking about
Henderson,
high-level-
Scoot Henderson, somebody who has been ball dominant his entire career off the ball, because he cannot shoot, he will be limited in that aspect because teams will sag off on him defensively.
Yes, I agree.
At least this how I'm viewing it. If I still have Damon Simons, they would start, and I would let Scoot run the show off the bench
See, but this is
and
what-
run the
but this-
offense
and
for
this- and
himself,
this comes
so he
back-
doesn't have to
yes,
share it with Dame.
But this comes back to the problem. Who's the problem of this whole equation?
Dame.
It's Damian
There
Lillard.
we
Because I
go.
think Simon and Scoot would be great. They can
Me
play
too.
off each other.
Yes.
But the problem comes back to the man making $50 million, doesn't really know what he wants to do, and the old guy, which is Damian Lillard. But in reality, I'm sorry, Simon's gonna get traded, bro.
we gonna see.
No, it's
It's
not-
Simons-
It's what
it's
neither
one or
of
the
them
other.
do.
It's
It's
not-
one or the
it's
other.
one or
Okay,
the
okay.
other.
There's no
You can't
chance
have-
Scoot
you can't
comes
have
off the
all
bench.
three
The first bet of the NFL season, it was me and Drew. It was Taekwondo and Romeo Dobbs.
Christ.
We gonna make the bet. If Simons is on the Blazers and so is Scoot
Scoot
and Dame,
starting.
if the three of them, Dame, Simons, and
This is
Scoot,
a
are all on the
nasty
team,
lineup, but yeah.
we gonna see who's gonna start. Game
Okay.
one.
Okay.
Game one. Simons and Scoot. You ready?
Yeah.
Okay. $20. Let's do it. That's the bet.
That's our second bet. You do know that, right?
What's our first one?
We have a Justin Fields, Jordan Love bet.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Was it
yeah.
Passing yards.
It was passing yards, and it was passing yards.
Yeah. Because I remember being a little skeptical with the passing yards.
Yeah. I didn't want to do all purpose. I'd clear.
You would comfortably.
Yeah, it wouldn't be fun. Scoot's gonna start.
All I'm saying is that I'm not disrespecting Scoot by saying that, and I'm not disrespecting Shannon Sharp. I'm just very skeptical to think that players in year 4 are going to be the reason they propel Damian Lillard to the championship or to a threat in the
He's with
playoffs.
The championship. There we go.
They won't be a
Make
threat in
the
the playoffs,
playoffs.
bro.
Maybe make it to the second
wants a
round.
shot.
Who knows?
He
No,
don't
the
think
second
Damian
round is a shot.
Lillard is
That's
not
what Dame-
regular.
Dame wants a
Damian
shot.
is not regular. Scoot, I
At
believe-
36, we don't know what he
At
will
36, he's cooked.
bro's playing the Reggie Miller role at this point.
Yeah, at 36, he's not going to be this
Nothing wrong
thing.
with that.
I
do you mean he's
don't
not
know. He's
regular?
an amazing shooter. He
Cool.
is. It'll allow for
no,
longevity.
I think, the shooting will be there,
That's it.
but it's just, I don't think he'll have
No
the
one's saying he's going to be
explosiveness that he
Steph.
does
This,
now.
I mean, Steph is one of one.
I'm not even entertaining.
No,
it.
no,
So,
for sure.
And Dales,
But I
this
mean,
is
in the sense of play style, Damian Lillard has the play style to have some longevity.
and Dales. This you mentioned the Lillard report about him not wanting to play on a team
Yeah.
with a bunch of stars and stuff.
He will be with Shane. And
I
Scoot.
read it, and of course, my first reaction was, come on. But after the sigh, I thought about it even more. And I don't think the way it was written was meant to be interpreted the way everybody interpreted it. I think what Dame in that report was basically hinting at was Dame doesn't want to play on a team that's top heavy like a Suns. He wants to play on a team that has another star, but they have a lot of depth as well. I think that's what it was. The report was kind of hinting at, but people took it as, Dame don't want to play with stars. Oh, come on, you got to pick and choose.
That
Like,
makes more sense.
I don't think it was interpreted that way. I just wanted to make that correction because that's how I interpreted it after I was done being annoyed by Dame.
It's
in
just
these
going to be
reports.
hard to, if you trade for Dame, to not give up your depth.
And you got to think, bro. Like you're just assuming the West isn't going to get better every year. I mean, there's a lot of young teams in the West.
Timberwolves.
Hey, you guys
OKC,
shake shit
Memphis,
up.
Timberwolves. Like there's a lot of teams with some
Am I
really
wrong?
damaging
No, it's
young
just
players.
first name to come up your
So
mouth.
I don't like.
Denver's
I
not
don't know.
going nowhere in the next 3-4 years.
Nah.
No, absolutely not.
Minnesota's not going nowhere.
Once they
Where-
trade Cat,
did
we'll
they-
see.
you know
Anthony Edwards is the guy.
I'm not
He
gonna
is.
say this.
Hey, he is.
What you got to say about Anthony Edwards, huh?
Easy,
said-
Be
you-
smart. Be
No,
smart.
we're gonna have some fun.
Oh, fucking
You
Christ.
said Minnesota's not going anywhere. Where were they?
They were injured.
Where were
They were injured.
Where were they?
They were injured. They were injured.
First
You know
round
they had,
exits.
you know they
That
had
was
one
their
of
fault,
you
though.
know they
That
had
was
one of
their
the
fault,
best records
ultimately.
against 500 teams of any
And-
team in the NBA.
Congrats.
They had one of the best records.
Who
Hey.
cares? You had one of the worst records against bottom 5 teams. So that's your fault.
They did. That's
That's
why. If
their
they
fault.
clean it up, they're easily a top 5
It's
team in
always
the
the if
West.
they do this, that, and the
Remember
third.
So I'm
when the
looking with-
Timberwolves
look,
met the Lakers twice
Dehls.
down the stretch of the
Let's-
season.
let's-
lost
let's-
both
let's-
times.
No Jaden McDaniels, no Gobert.
Let's look at the last 2 years. If they didn't blow the leads to the Grizzlies, they'd be in the second round. If they didn't lose the bottom 5 teams, well, they'd be higher. It's always a if.
Oh, no,
if.
trust me.
They would have lost regardless.
You know what's not an if?
Come
That
again.
Anthony Edwards averaged 31 points per game in the playoffs.
amazing.
He was the best
Legend.
player
He was
against the Denver
It
Nuggets
was
in the
5
playoffs.
games.
That's what
He
he
was
was. Yeah. He almost won them
Hey,
2 games by
They
himself.
saw more games than the Lakers did, so
He was
I'm
better
gonna
than
be
Book.
quiet.
Book was
He was better
fucking
than Book.
Book was pretty fucking
Game 6 and
Book
game
was
5,
insane.
Booker was not good.
That's a fact.
He was hurt.
But
Well,
those
was.
first 4 games
Anthony
were
Edwards
generational.
didn't have a game 6, and the game 1 it wasn't that ideal. They got
Game
blown
5
out.
could have been a game 6 OT.
What the fuck?
Anthony
are we doing with the
Edwards.
ifs?
They lost.
What are we doing with the ifs?
Yeah, I'm saying it could have been.
I'd give
Well,
Ant
don't
second.
do that.
It could. It's not an if. I said it could have been. It's not an if.
I'd give
I,
Ant second.
I replaced it. It
Oh
could have
my
been. It's not an if.
D-Book ain't close. Whatever. We're not gonna get back and forth to all that.
Oh.
You know, one
Anthony
guy
Edwards over Paul George though, for sure.
could happen. One guy lost in the first round.
The
Both of them.
Clippers, yeah.
You
I say
know.
the Clippers also love. Paul George didn't play.
yeah.
Yeah, Kawhi was on the pace to do things
He
that
was.
a lot of people can't do. You know,
That's a fact.
You'll be
For
shocked
a
when
game and a half.
Anthony Edwards finishes higher all time than Paul George.
no, not necessarily.
Okay.
Paul George-
I was
He
willing
doesn't have
to
the
hear it.
accolades to.
Paul
to
George,
really-
he
yeah.
got nice year 4 or 5.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, he was a late bloomer. Ant was a pretty early bloomer. So I wouldn't be surprised. I would actually be disappointed for Ant.
Okay. So he needs to clear Paul
He was
George.
a top 4 pick.
He's number 1
Number
overall.
Yeah, number 1.
I was being safe. I didn't remember if he was 1 or 2. So
Uh-huh.
top 4 pick.
It was him, Wiseman, and LaMelo.
Yeah, you got to do that.
What a draft.
And then the 4th overall pick was
I'm blanking
Onyeka?
hard.
no.
DeAndre,
It might no.
Cap.
DeAndre
That's
was
RJ
RJ.
Isaac, Okoro.
Was that a
It
Yes.
might have
It was,
been.
it was,
I'm
it
fucking
was.
dead. Yeah, that's
And number 5 was Patrick Williams.
Oh fuck.
Ah,
2, 4, 5.
My goodness.
2 of them to your teams.
Yeah.
And
that's-
6 was Killian
3, I
Hayes.
guess. Coro.
Oh, Killian. 6. Actually, I wasn't there
You
yet.
weren't a
No,
Pistons
6 was
fan.
in
You
Young.
weren't there
Wasn't
yet.
there
You weren't a Pistons
Wasn't there
fan
for
yet.
7 was Killian
7
Hayes.
was Killian.
Killian-
John
Killian led
Collins-
to Cade.
Yeah, Kate, I was
If
there.
they got a great rookie.
Got
maybe
there.
they weren't-
Got
the
there
first
next year.
pick.
Yeah, no. Killian had a solid year.
John Collins got traded to Utah.
Here we go.
It's a shame, Eastern Conference Finals legend.
Oh.
Somebody to help Atlanta get to the ECF.
Aren't you a big
Even though the
John Collins
run
I was a big good
Wasn't
John
all
Collins
that.
guy.
was?
Put forth one of his worst seasons ever last year.
John Collins is interesting because the year before he signed to Atlanta for a 5-year, $125 million extension, he averaged 21 points per game and 10 rebounds per game.
He's good as hell.
He was supposed to be a player that you at least considered an all-star caliber player. And then he's just been regressing ever since. And the Jazz got him for nothing. Rudy Gay, a future second-round pick. It is important to note that Atlanta now has a $25 million trade exception. So I think they will be very active in movements they're making going forward. Am I crazy to think that John Collins might have a Lauri Markkanen type resurrection with the Jazz? Not to the point that Lauri had. Lauri averaged 24 a game. But John Collins, I think he can probably get to 16-8.
Why not?
He can get to maybe 18-10.
There's just more
Who
opportunity
knows?
there.
It is. I think John Collins is in a place where he can play free. And he's either going to be a part of the Jazz's long-term plans or he's going to play good enough to where they can actually get value for him. So I think this was no risk for the Jazz, and Atlanta clears a big contract off their books.
The heartbreaking part of this trade was that Taylor Hendricks now is getting put to the bench.
I don't think he was gonna. I don't think he was gonna start right away.
Really? I feel like he could have been in the front court. Laurie probably running the 3, Taylor running the 4, and then Kessler walking
Will
the
Hardy
5.
he makes you earn it. Even Walker Kessler, he didn't start. He only started for like 40 games out of his rookie year.
Hardy's a big reason why I'm with that statement that John Collins.
And
will be very-
Chauncey make you earn it?
Agbaji didn't start until like
No.
what did he say?
Does Chauncey make you earn it?
Chauncey?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
It's number 3 pick.
Fair.
Yeah, I don't think
Generational.
Fair.
so.
Taylor Hendricks is generational.
Cry.
According to Drew, he might be.
He's in the
I just
tier.
love a prospect a lot.
Agbaji didn't start starting until late either.
It took him some time.
So he got his. So Will makes you work. I don't think it's a horrible thing that he doesn't start. I think he can ease his way, and they'll run big lineups always. They still got Olenek, they got John, they got Walker Kessler, Laurie. So they're gonna run some big ass lineups. My only problem is where's the point guard, and I think the point guard is the most essential part for Collins and Hendricks. I think especially those two. I think Laurie can go get his. Walker, you don't really need to do too much for him on offense. Kelly Olynyk, you can run him in a simple pick and roll with Jordan Clarkson. They have that connection. But for those two specifically, they need a point guard. And with Colin Sexton being your only real point guard on the roster, and they've been trying to move him, I think it's going to be interesting to see where they bring into that equation. But they got KJ, they got Jordan Clarkson, they got a lot of buckets on that end. And they still got Taylor Horton Tucker, see what he does, but they have pretty much put themselves in a no real risk type of thing. They can just play. And they don't want to they want to compete, but getting John Collins, I guess they want to up his value to flip him for something else. But I don't think this was for Atlanta. Getting that, like you said, getting that trade level exception is going to be huge because they can maybe bring in somebody else. I'm interested to see where they move, though. Would they move DeAndre to the 4? Would they bring in somebody? Would they just run straight 3 shooters? They could run Bogdan, AJ Griffin, DeAndre Hunter at the 2, 3, 4, have just straight snipers around Trey, and then obviously Clint at the 5. I'm very interested to see what they do with that move. But all in all, this is nothing too crazy. John Collins needed a fresh start. He's been on the block for 3 to 4 years. Yeah, he needed a fresh start. Drafted. And Atlanta, his value was so low, Atlanta couldn't get too much for him. So they just took whatever they can. Rudy Gay, nuts. That tweet, that text hit me. I was like, what the fuck?
Do you think this is the last move that Utah makes?
No, they're still trying to shop Sexton. I think they need a point guard, so then maybe they'll try to shop around. Tyus Jones would have been huge for them. I think they're going to try to shop around for one. So I think maybe they have 1 or 2 moves.
They're not really allocating much money to multiple places. I'm assuming.
No, Laurie's on the friendly, and it's a team option. So after next year.
Now I know I feel like I don't want to jump the gun here talking about free agency, but you need a point guard. You mentioned it. Probably think that Colin Sexton would be on the move. Is it crazy to think because of the money that they do have to allocate to a player this free agency? If a Fred VanVleet's available, or if you're the Utah Jazz, do you entertain that idea, even if you might have to overpay? I'm
they're gonna have $26 million.
If he wants 30, it's quiet.
Yeah, he wants 40.
It's quiet.
It's over.
Not even on a short deal. It don't even make sense. Nah, I'm good. Maybe they can get that. I know Mike Conley's probably gonna go back to Minnesota, but that would have been good to bring him back. Maybe. I'm trying to think of point guards off the top of my dome ski. Pat Bev would be cool. He'd be cheap.
It's not horrible.
Nothing crazy. He'd be cheap. You just need a point guard. Another
I think
point guard.
Jordan Clarkson is most likely going to leave, and he's going to leave in free agency. I think they bring back THT. I think THT is a point guard. I do. I do.
I hate it, but I understand it. Yes.
Oh. Who?
Laurie.
Oh.
Agbaji.
And I know Taylor Horton Tucker.
Hendricks.
KJ now. I'm here.
I know Taylor Horton Tucker has been a player that most people are tired of hearing about because of the Lakers hype machine. But with the Jazz
last year,
with the Jazz, when he got his opportunity, he was really good.
Yeah,
it was towards the end of the year. Right?
I'm talking about he was
the real.
He was borderline spectacular for them.
Stop.
No, I'm being honest. In April, in March,
that's not a good month to use.
March
14
games.
March is
good.
March is valid. March is like April's nuts.
Please okay, in March he averaged 18 points, 5 rebounds, 6 assists, shot 45% from the field and 31% from 3. We know he's not a 3-point shooter.
Was
exactly.
Laurie even playing in March? They were tank shit.
Yeah, you probably saw some of those.
And then in 2 games in April, he averaged 28 points per game, 4 rebounds, and 8 assists.
April shit doesn't move. I know how they.
So 16 games between March and April, he was really good. He was. I think he'll be their point guard. That's why it was weird for me that the Jazz didn't draft someone that could be a lead guard because Keontae George is not that, and Bryce Sensabaugh is not that.
Yeah, Kaysen would have made some sense, especially Kaysen was the pick after. He was the pick after. Yeah, at 9 they went Taylor Hendricks. At 10, that's when Kaysen
Taylor made some sense. I'm
it
saying
did, until
16,
John Collins.
16, Jalen was right there.
That's true.
That's why they wanted Anthony Black bad. This would have been a perfect spot for him.
Yeah, but 16 they had an opportunity to get a point guard. And they with KJ. They went 2 because I guess Jordan Clarkson leaving, you kind of need somebody to come in and get buckets right away, run off the pick and roll. And I think Agbaji can play the 2 or the 3. So it made somewhat sense, but I thought they was going to go point guard.
It's like, obviously, I've made my feelings known about Taylor Hendricks. Utah getting him, of course, I believe in him. He's going to be a very good player. However, with the rumors that they really wanted Anthony Black because obviously they needed to address the need at point guard, you would have expected at 9 for at least that Kaysen to be in mind. Or you mentioned it at 16, the JHS would have been one of those guys that they were considering at those picks. But for them to go neither. And then for on top of it, trade for John Collins. It's like now I'm really questioning why at 9 you didn't go Casey.
Even with the last
Why
pick,
at
they had
16
they had
you
an
go
opportunity to
JHS?
get Nick Smith Jr.
That's another one.
At the
That's a fact.
And it was like, no, we want the shooters.
Kobe
we want
was
the
on the
spacing.
board.
Kobe, well, he's a 2 guard. I
He
don't think
can
they want to
facilitate.
win.
It's like, I think they made some.
Yeah, for sure.
I think they made some really good draft picks. We mentioned it on
for
our
sure.
winners and losers on the last episode. Taylor Hendricks, Keontae George, Bryce Sensabaugh. Those were excellent draft picks. But where's the point guard? Because right now, the only reason why we're having this real discussion is because we like your front court a lot. You have a very
Amazing
impressive
Probably
front
best
court.
in the league. Depth.
Arguably, yes, I'm not going to disagree with you there. But where's your point guard? Who's going to facilitate this? Jordan Clarkson is a bucket getter. He's not a facilitator.
And a free
like
agent.
That too.
There are some point guards, not a lot, but there are
There's
some
really not.
available.
Yeah,
I
was
look
looking-
every day hoping someone new pops up. No one ever does.
I don't think Russell Westbrook's going to Utah
Good
for a
God,
rebuild.
no. He doesn't know. He's
Didn't they
not.
buy him out? Right?
He's not going to Utah.
Maybe
Russell
Gabe
Westbrook
Vincent.
might be going
Maybe
to-
Gabe
he
Vincent
did
wants to
buy
run
him
his
out,
own
yeah.
team.
And Vincent.
Gabe Vincent.
I hope Dennis Schroeder doesn't.
You think they
leave.
need that type of point guard though?
Nah,
I need more. I think more of a facilitator.
it's a good one
Do you
though.
think
Maybe go
Trey
trade for
Jones-
Monte Morris.
Do you think Trey Jones will be brought back by the Spurs?
I think he should
Probably.
be.
Yeah.
I think you could trade for Monte Morris, bring him in.
Just because Trey Jones, they have his bird right.
Yeah, he's
Oh.
No, he's going.
He's
I think he's
unrestricted.
going back to San Antonio.
the Jazz are. We'll see what they do.
They'll be competitive though. I mean, they were
Yeah.
competitive.
They could make
they
it-
weren't,
they
they weren't
could-
the
or
one
trade
seed
for
for
Kobe.
long, right? But they were competitive for a
I
good
think,
portion.
yeah,
of the
Kobe
season.
White or Io, they could
I was
try
going
to
to say
give us
because
a trade.
both you guys have both of their bird rights, but
Oh,
it's,
yeah, they're-
for Io, it's his early bird.
We gave him a qualifying. So no,
I think the funniest part of this is
first.
Atlanta traded John Collins to get out of the luxury cap, but they also said they'd be willing to go into the luxury for certain players. So they're basically just saying like the team wasn't good enough. Like we can't justify paying the
Retool.
luxury tax for this team, which I understand this team was mid as shit to pay luxury tax on.
Is Clint Capella next, or do you think that it's essential
you can
to
move
keep
him.
him?
You got
Just because
Onyeka. man.
Onyeka is,
They
It's
should trade
Clint
DeJounte to the
or
Suns.
DeAndre Hunter. They're next.
Yeah.
I feel like
The
DeAndre
backcourt-
Hunter would
DeAndre's
be
the
one of
backcourt
those
set.
because AJ Griffin.
Yeah, no, he's right.
Yeah.
He is.
And Jalen played well at them.
That's a fact.
So,
AJ
The
is
starting
locked and
lineup
loaded.
could be if they trade Capella and DeAndre Hunter. It could be Trae Young, DeJounte, AJ Griffin, Sadiq Bey, and Onyeka
or whoever they bring back.
from the trades.
Yeah.
Correct.
is that
Yeah.
a better team
I-
than
I'm
it is
in-
now, though?
No,
AJ's
I'm
a
interested to
beast.
see what Atlanta does because
Kobe off the
I
bench
do.
too, man.
I do
Yes.
think that they're going to be very active in the trade market. Part of me is just a gut feeling. Part of me thinks that one day we're going to wake up to our phones and we're going to see an alert that says the
Trae
Hawks
Young
are trading
traded?
for somebody. No,
Oh,
not
wow.
Trae Young traded.
I'm just being a prick.
The Hawks have traded for a big time player. I don't know who it is, but I just get that gut feeling that we're going to wake up one day and be
Why
like,
is that?
They
wow.
don't have picks though.
Yes.
They don't have picks. They trade all them in the.
They have
DeJounte.
salary matches though.
That's true.
Yeah.
We have to send some good players.
Yeah.
And
I
boy,
mean,
they
you're
don't
gonna have
have
to trade
many.
some of you. No, you got AJ Jalen. You got some young players to be willing to trade, but you need to
they ain't
match
moving
salary.
AJ. That boy is a 50,
Well, if you're not
49
moving
as a
AJ,
rookie.
you don't have picks. You're not getting anybody. Sorry.
Fuck him in jail.
Moving
Clint,
Clinton DeAndre. together.
DeAndre.
See what we get.
on. Ugh.
couple
Gosh.
pick swaps, maybe. Who knows?
Somebody threw in the chat AD for Simon Sharp and 4 first-round picks.
He wants to say he's in, but
He's
his
in.
His heart is holding
He's
him
for
back.
sure in for that one. He's in for that one. That'd be fire.
That would-
Listen,
that would be a
we're
good-ass
almost out
package.
of it.
That'd
We're
be fun.
Our first round picks. The light is right there. We're right about to get back to having our own first round picks. It's
Do
like I think it's one more year after. I think it's after next year. We're back to
Oh,
having
shit.
our own.
And then for the Mavericks,
Aren't they swaps after next year?
Next year's a swap.
Yeah, so you get it back. Yeah.
That's
so
what
if
I
that
mean.
trade happens, then the Lakers could deal with the Mavericks and LeBron over there for Omax,
like
THJ,
Give me Derek Lively. Too, though.
LeBron for Omax.
I'm saying it. out.
Hicks, Josh
staying in
Green,
LA.
maybe. I don't want to give.
No,
him
Lakers
time.
just reset like elite rebuild. We got.
I'll
we
tell you
got
what.
Sharp,
LeBron
all
goes to
that.
Dallas. He betrays me. He's not going to Dallas.
He's not. He's in LA.
Previewing NBA free agency. Now, these are the top 8 cap space teams. Number 1, the Houston Rockets at 62 million. Number 2, the Kings at 35 million. Number 3, the Spurs at 34 million. Number 4, the Pacers at 30 million. Number 5, the Pistons at 30 million. Number 6, the Jazz at 26 million. Number 7, the Magic at 22 million. And number 8, the OKC Thunder at 14 million. Now, just to let you guys know, after these 8 teams, nobody else has cap space. Every team basically does not have money to sign a mid-level exception free agent, or they do. For example, like the Suns and the Clippers, I don't think they can use their MLE. But basically, outside of these 8 teams, the other NBA teams can only use the mid-level exception on a player.
That's interesting. Okay.
8
So
teams?
Outside of these 8 teams
Oh,
I
got
just
you, got
mentioned.
you.
So I'm basically saying that these are the 8 teams to watch for in free agency that are possibly going to be the major players dishing out a lot of money. And I think the Rockets are primed to maybe lure Fred VanVleet away from the Raptors.
They need to pay up because they have to spend. They have $63 million in cap space.
Yeah,
They have to pay somebody. You can't just go into the season with $63 million.
Brooke
You have to pay, I think, 90% of.
Why?
It's just the rules.
It's so stupid.
Brooke Lopez to the Rockets. That's one of those that I
That's
feel like the
intriguing.
money could definitely
Well,
intrigue Brooke to go.
Oh yeah, I mean they'd be able to pay him
Yeah.
more than anyone
They
else.
can
would be
get
willing
both
to.
Fred and Brooke.
I'm so
They
not
can
in
get
on
anyone
Fred.
they want.
You
I
wouldn't
just
want
don't
that
know-
because that would impact Damian.
Yeah, facts.
Yes.
I don't know if you want to stunt his development.
That's also another thing that I'm thinking about, just because the Rockets are in the business of collecting talent. And so I say that with, yes,
Trade him.
Sengun is one of those guys that you look at and be like, hey, this is one of the initiators of our offense. But you understand Brooke is a defensive anchor to a team.
gives you
How
different
would
set of
that, yeah,
skills.
you understand what I'm saying? I wonder how that would transpire. That's the one thing that's told to me, of course. But I say that because they just have so much money to allocate realistic targets. Obviously, James Harden is a realistic target just because of all the rumors that have been circulating. And the difference in salaries of what James could make with the Sixers as opposed to the Rockets, it's only a $9 million difference in the grand scheme of things when it's all said and done. So I feel like that won't be that much of a factor in terms of money being the reason why James Harden would go. If he wants to go to Houston, it's solely because he wants to go to Houston. And people will start to say maybe his chances of winning a ring, he's over it. He just wants to be where he's happiest. I just feel as if he'll stay with the Houston Rockets. And I look at a Brooke Lopez, I look at a Fred VanVleet. Those are more realistic targets.
I think because looking at Houston, right? I think Amon's gonna start. You got Jalen Green. I think Eason would probably start, and then you got Jabari, you got Sengun, but then you got Cam, KPJ, Martin Jr. off the bench, and I'm blanking on another young player. I just can't
Josh
think.
Christopher.
Yeah,
Deshaun? Okay.
Tate also. It was somebody else.
They have so many.
Yeah, that's
Ty Washington.
no, I definitely wasn't thinking of him. But that's
You know what's crazy? You guys
Usman
loved Ty
Garuba?
last year.
Huh?
Usman Garuba.
It's a goat.
wasn't him.
Respect him.
Somebody else. I can't remember. It might not have been nobody else.
I
Deshaun
mean, my
Nix.
love Usman.
No,
He's not
definitely.
on the team anymore.
Yeah, it wasn't Deshaun. But you got so many guys that are gonna need minutes. Do you want to bring in? You have to. I understand, but
Again, they're in the
Dylan
business of
Brooks.
collecting.
Dylan Brooks could be one. I mean, your front court is pretty much stacked.
It's
So
really
you
good.
do need a
Or,
backup big, though. You
there's
need a backup
potential.
center for
Mhm.
sure. You got KPJ's gonna come in, give you buckets right away, or start 6-man, whatever they want to do. So I guess 2 or 3 players kind of give them like we'll give you a 2-year, 1-of-1 team option.
Mhm.
Yeah, so next year we can cut you.
So let me ask you a question though. Hypothetically, they bring in Brooke Lopez. Sengun goes to the bench.
See, that's tough.
No,
That's
no,
tough.
can't.
Lopez
Jabari
comes
goes
off
to
the
the
bench.
bench.
No, Lopez comes off the bench.
So you're gonna be paying him a crazy amount of money to come off the
I'm
bench.
saying, I
Yes.
just spending
That's why
90%
they're
is
just in
nuts.
a tough spot because you have these young guys you want to develop, but you also just have all of the money to improve right now for year one. The Rockets should just go with the long-term option and play all their young guys, but $64 million is so much money that it's almost going to be hard for them to go out and find guys to pay because outside of Dylan Brooks, there's not a lot of guys that you're going to look at this free agency market that can come in and not stunt the development of someone behind them. Brooks is, I feel like, at least going to bring I feel like he's more of a position of need than someone like Fred, who, is going to be handling the
I know
ball
what you're
more, or
saying.
Brooke, who you have Sengun there too. Like Dylan Brooks could just kind of do his own thing, doesn't need the ball. He's going to play defense, and all the young guys could still get their touches.
Dylan Brooks is hilarious.
He's like minus, bro. Last I saw, he was like minus 500 go to the Rockets.
no
or some
his
crazy
his
shit.
offense. He be bugging. He funny though.
Who's
Nah, he
minus
doesn't
500?
have Brooks to go
Brooke,
to
yeah.
Houston.
The Rockets.
Yeah.
Look, Indiana has some cap space too.
Because I feel like if a different team that's not the Rockets is going to bring in a Brooke Lopez, of course, that's not the Milwaukee Bucks. I think their hope is that they could get him on an MLE, but after the season that he just had, I don't know if that is reasonable or really possible.
It's hard because I don't think Brooke Lopez should go to the Rockets and start over Sengun.
I get it.
Alperen Sengun is one of them ones.
See, that's why it's hard to have
One
this
of them
conversation.
ones.
Yeah, I know you.
What ones?
He's going to be a top what center in the NBA?
Yeah, like what do
Top
you
5 center in the NBA.
When?
And that equates to top what player in the league?
Well, by that time,
30.
Embiid's old.
So one of them ones is top 30.
Jokic is gonna
One
be
of them
here.
ones.
Top 30. Okay.
He has that Jokic-like skill set.
Wait, he's already top 30?
No, he said he will be a top 30.
Oh.
He could
Which
be.
makes him one of them ones.
Şengün
So Paul George
is
one
that
of them
good.
ones.
I think I'll put
Yes.
Şengün's that good.
Paul George is one of them ones.
Darius Garland, one of them ones. He's top 30. Respect, please.
Did you guys know
They have
that-
a whole Wemby section on DraftKings?
I don't want to see it.
Did you guys know that Anthony Edwards said that when we game plan for the Rockets, we're game planning for Şengün, not game planning for nobody
How
else.
does
get
that
it.
feel about your boy John?
I do
Green?
get that also.
He
That's
doesn't
why,
care.
listen, that's why I don't think the Fred VanVleet signing is horrible. There was a report that came out that said unless he gets 40 million, he won't be lured away from the Raptors. If he goes to the Rockets on a 2-year deal, nothing crazy, he can start before Amon starts. So Amon comes off the bench. He's the sixth man.
He just wants to keep putting rookies on the bench.
He does.
He just doesn't want them to start
And
at
this is what I do if I'm the
Is Anthony
Rockets.
Black coming off the bench, bro?
He shouldn't. It's no nobody over him though.
That's a fact.
Markel?
Come on, be serious.
Jet?
Be serious. Be serious.
Fred fucking VanVleet.
I mean,
What do you mean?
he's
Fred VanVleet
better
was just
than
an
him.
all-star.
Bro, that's an
Fred
NBA
VanVleet's not better
champion.
than Amon.
I'd rather have Amon for sure. Right? I mean, going into year one, Fred is probably
Fred
the better
VanVleet
player.
was just an all-star.
Wait. That was 2 years ago. Last year, you and me have openly said he was dog shit.
Last year, he wasn't a good finisher. He was not. No doubt about
He
it.
was
He's
hindered,
one of the
bro.
worst,
He
wasn't
was just an all-star,
He was
though.
hindered by
Yeah.
injury, man.
Was he one of the worst finishers around the rim?
5'11".
He is short.
Yo, and then
That's a fact.
Dylan Brooks. Your
Please,
your
if you-
guy, Dylan Brooks.
Don't.
To Houston. Talk to me.
He could be the starter
You're
going
excited?
forward.
That's not ideal.
Is he
What
gonna
do you
start
mean?
over
That's
Tari
a culture
Eason?
setter.
He
He
sucks.
should. He's better than
Culture
Tari
setter.
Eason right now.
Oh.
What's culture setter?
Just somebody who
Great.
can instill toughness
Dylan Brooks
into the team.
sucks, bro.
Let me get to.
Leadership.
No, he does not.
Yes,
No, he does
he
not. No, he
does.
does
No,
not.
he runs his mouth too much. For
Yo,
me
you
now.
No.
No, it
Imagine being a Dylan Brooks supporter.
Isn't
Dylan
that-
Brooks sucks.
There's so
bro.
many things in the
He-
world I'd
he's-
rather
If
do.
he's
Dylan
not a
Brooks
good
was
basketball
just
player.
quiet and he just played ball, we'd be like, oh, he's a good player. He's a good role player, contributing to winning.
No,
he's
his
a really good
offense is
defender.
loud.
I know. He's
Yeah.
got to get back to that 34-35%.
You guys ain't let me get to my reason on why Fred starts.
Fred is
Ime looks at lineup combinations. If Fred is more effective with Jalen Green, then that's your starting backcourt. If Fred is more effective with Amen Thompson, now Jalen Green becomes a player you can trade.
Whoa. The biggest Jalen
Whoa.
Green fan in the world wants
I
to
love
trade
I love
Green.
Jalen Green.
Fred VanVleet's gonna be the one that
You're
pushes
losing me.
Jalen Green out of town.
I'm
Jalen
just saying
Green's like 21,
Amen
bro.
Thompson and Fred VanVleet. For one, you need veterans in Houston, bro.
You
You
do.
need
I
it.
understand that, but I think the all the way at the end of the boat,
Yeah.
you might push Jalen Green out. I don't think that's the
I-
case.
that's
And
too
it
far.
sounds crazy because people are like, "Oh, look at the
I'm
Rockets."
not against it.
It's Amen Thompson. It's Jalen Green. It's
against it?
Tari Eason.
Who are you
I think
trading
it's too early
Jalen
to
Green
say.
for? Why would
Jalen-
you?
No,
the air.
Jalen Green gets you a good player
Why would you
Why
do
would-
that though?
because there's a lot of mouths to feed, and Jalen
he's
Green has
one of
been
them.
kind of underwhelming.
He's showing promise.
He's
He
been
has.
he's one of the worst defenders in the NBA. Jalen Green is,
Well, the Rockets
And,
and play defense.
of course, but to this point, he's
I'm really
also
not,
he also hasn't been
not
efficient.
crazy.
He has one of the worst floater percentages in the
Hey,
league.
it upped-
He's one of the
it upped
worst
to
finishers in the
28%.
league.
It up 28%
That's
this year.
that's
It
horrible.
was at 22 his rookie year.
Yeah, it's
It was at
horrible.
48.
He's one
He's
of the
getting there.
worst finishers in the league. He is he's one of the worst defenders in the league. Jalen Green, I know he was a second overall pick, but it is not a given that he's on the Rockets long term.
No, but you wait. You don't go. You're probably not saying this, but you wait out basically as long as you can to see who is the core of this team and who's not. You don't sign Fred to a 2-year contract like we're talking about, and his first year there, you're saying, "Oh shit, we can make a play and let's trade Jalen Green." No, you have to wait till the end.
I'm sorry to break it to you, Dehls, and I'm sorry to break it to every Rockets fan out there because I actually like Houston. I like the Rockets. I support them, and I think that they are in a great position because they have a lot of talent. But I'm sorry to break it to you. In 4 to 5 years, Amen Thompson, Jalen Green, Tari
Correct.
Eason,
In 4
Jabari,
to 5 years.
Şengün,
Fred won't be there.
they will not all be starting on this team.
No,
I know
they won't.
people look at the Rockets like a team like, oh, look at they have the best young talent in the team. There is no continuity with this lineup. If they start a lineup next year of Amen, Jalen Green, Tari or Cam Whitmore, Jabari and Şengün, it's going to be
That is
a
not-
mess.
How do you?
Sounds
But how do you?
terrible,
But
though.
how do you build continuity?
And
You have
al-
to play together and learn how to play
and
together.
Also, what they've been missing for some time is a true point
in
guard.
a culture, they missed a culture, a
yeah,
coach, a
facts.
true point guard, shooting guards. Like they've
Bro, you're
missed a
talking
lot
to
in 2
Houston's
years.
number one
You
fan.
need players that can establish habits. You need
I
veterans.
100% agree. You do need the veterans, but you don't need the veterans to push out the young players that are setting the tone.
Yes.
You don't need
Because
that.
Fred's not going to be there in 4 years when this team's ready
He
to compete.
shouldn't be there.
I'm
in
not
4
saying,
years.
and also I'm not saying you trade Jalen Green because Fred VanVleet. I'm saying you trade Jalen Green if he comes underwhelming
But
and
that-
not what you're expecting.
Yes, but that's only if you're ready to. Is this Rockets team going to be competing for a WCF run in 2
What
years?
Drew
No,
just
but
said
this
is what I'm
yes,
agreeing with.
Yes.
You trade Jalen Green if you look at what he offers the Rockets and you're like, you know what? We can get somebody that gets us better because he's not fitting with this group.
Correct.
But
That's why you
whoever you're
trade
gonna-
him. He can
you're
be
gonna have to pay
talented
for
in a
that person
vacuum.
too, though.
Hmm?
You're gonna have to pay for that person too.
They have the money
Probably,
to pay
but you
anybody.
can-
they
No,
Yeah.
want.
I know, but I'm saying you're saying 4 to 5 years from now, you're gonna have all these guys. You have to pay them. If you're trading Jalen Green, you're probably gonna want someone better who's probably already gotten paid.
My concern with the Rockets is that unlike other teams that have built their young cores, you can see kind of a blueprint that's happening. The Rockets is kind of just have thrown a bunch of talent into a team and they're just shaking it up and saying, make it work. Ime, maybe he could do it because I'm not saying Ime is not a great coach.
I do believe in him.
Ime has shown to be a great coach with established players. He's now having to develop players. That's two totally different things. Steve Kerr even said that if he would have took the Knicks job over the Warriors one, he would have been a fired coach. It's all about situation and destination where you land. Ime is with the Rockets because he got paid a lot of money. Is he going to be a great youth development coach? Is he going to put up with these growing pains, especially a coach like him who's hard-nosed, who preaches defense? If Jalen Green doesn't step it up defensively, if the players on the team don't fit the blueprint he wants to play, I don't think he's going to have any hesitation in moving these guys on.
I think if Fred VanVleet, I don't know. I think if Fred VanVleet is the one that's going to push Jalen Green out, you don't go make a play for Fred VanVleet. You have to look at these young players and have to see it through. You have got Ime. You have the coach that's now coming in. He's going to set a tone. He's going to build a culture. Now you have to figure out, and I agree with you on that part, who's a part of that culture.
Yeah.
But you have to give Jalen Green an opportunity because all these young players outside of Sengun have thrived in this basically no culture high school AAU program and haven't really gotten a way to progress right away. If you bring in Fred VanVleet as a leader, that's understandable. But you can't bring in Fred VanVleet and then have it like hinder Jalen Green. No, you have to put him in the best position to succeed. He was a top 4 pick for you, and he's one of your best young prospects. You have to do that.
I feel like it wouldn't hinder Jalen Green more so as it would hinder Amon, because obviously I feel like the point guard position, Jalen Green plays the shooting guard.
Yeah.
But I'm looking at this team and I feel like I want to trust what they have going on right now. You have Amon, you have Jalen Green, Tari Eason, you mentioned it, of course, Cam Whitmore, Jabari Smith, Alperen Şengün, KPJ as your 6th man off the bench, who I think he will have a very strong presence this season, of course, because now he's not necessarily having to be primary playmaker. Now Jalen Green finally has someone that their first instinct is to play make, is to pass, is to get them in their spots, is to get out and run. Now he has that counterpart in Amon Thompson. So let's see how these guys progress. Let's see how Jabari is in year 2. Let's see what Ime can do for development. I'm with you. But I'm with Joel. The idea of moving Jalen, it can't be this absolute no way in hell if I'm the Houston Rockets.
He's not untouchable.
He's not Anthony Edwards.
So is the idea of moving Jabari any closer?
I agree with that.
no. If he's underwhelming, then yeah, you move him.
But again, that's
So then you're just going to move anybody who's underwhelming for a year?
But it
You have
depends on what your
realistic-
price
You have
is.
2 years with this group because in 2025, 2026, that's when Jalen
And
Green's
also,
up.
It is early
That's
to
when
give up on him.
Sengun's
I'm
up.
not
It's
saying
Too
I'm
early
giving
to
up
bring
on them.
those ideas.
I think also what you're missing is that
It's just been horrible.
But they've been. This is
So many years.
This is going to be the first. I think they're going to have Amon now. They're going to have a real
I don't
coach. I
disagree
think
with
this is
you,
the
bud.
first year we can actually look at this Rockets team and be like, this is a professional team that has some sort of direction.
but also this is what I think you're
It's
missing,
a
Riff.
factual.
If Jalen Green is truly great, well, not even great. Let's just say he's really good next
Yeah.
year. Fred VanVleet shouldn't push him out. If
Right.
he's really good next year,
I agree.
he should not push him out. Like that is a scenario only if Jalen Green is underwhelming and it's clear he doesn't fit with this team. Let me ask
Can
you.
I ask why Fred would be pushing out Jalen and not Amen or Amen? Excuse me. Why is it Jalen Green? Why
I'm
is
saying
it not the point guard?
whoever plays alongside Van Vliet a little bit better, but also Fred VanVleet would just be a 2-year deal. I don't think that, and I don't know why all of a sudden we have this NBA culture for you, because in the NFL, rookies have time to learn, especially if they're under a veteran.
Yeah.
In the NBA, why are we just expecting these 19-year-old kids, 20-year-old kids to come in right away and to start and be effective and be imperative to winning? Why can't a Fred VanVleet start for 2 years and lead that player into starting? I don't think that's the worst thing in the world.
What does that do for you, though? Like what in reality,
It develops the player.
It aids development.
I think better development is putting your rookie out there starting, because that's what he should be doing for your team.
This is a
You
scarred
learn
man.
a lot
If
more.
he's playing a lot of
man.
How am I scarred?
As someone who's a Warriors fan, who was hoping and praying that these rookies would get burned, they didn't, and it's hindered their development. So I understand
That
where
doesn't
you're
even
coming
make
from.
sense, because the Warriors rookies weren't going to start from day one.
Agreed.
They've
But
had-
not getting playtime. I'm not saying start, but getting active burn.
That's a terrible analogy.
I hear where he's coming from.
Yeah, but it's horrible. They had legit vets in front of them.
Mhm.
Do you
Like, they
think
had-
things would have been different if Kuminga, Moody, and Wiseman got burned day one?
That's what I'm saying.
Will get burned where?
No, with
Say
you guys,
hypothetically, you guys didn't have this
you were
great team.
this season. You were asking, hey, there's now opportunity for Kuminga to get minutes and to be an active member.
Are
of
their
this.
careers
Yeah.
different if day one
Yeah,
they
that's
start
it.
instead of sitting on the bench?
And not start, get just significantly more
Kuminga?
minutes and just do
all
nothing.
three of them.
Kuminga probably would look worse.
You think so?
Kuminga came out was never Kuminga coming out
so
was
then,
raw.
so then,
Yeah.
all right. So then, if that's
just
your
answered
statement,
like what I
there it
said.
is.
Yeah.
There it is. Then Joel and I are.
But
on
I
the
don't think he
s-
thinks
you're on
Amon
our
is
side.
as raw as Kuminga
Amon
was.
isn't Amon or Jalen Green wasn't raw like Kuminga.
But we're not saying that Amon's gonna play no minutes.
Correct.
He can still play 25
He
plus
could be a
minutes,
six
and
man.
VanVleet could start.
No, but you used the Warriors system when in front of Jonathan Kuminga was Draymond Green. In front of Wiseman was Kevon Looney, and plus he was hurt. In front of Moses Moody was Klay Thompson. These are two completely different situations that don't even make sense, because one team had four
No,
dudes
we-
with
Rick,
four
I
rings.
agree. We
That's why I don't
Well,
understand
I
that.
only
But I
mean
think the
it's-
concept is that there are more than one way to do things. I don't think that it's always the best. It's not always in the best interest of the player
Yeah.
to play them starting 30 minutes per game as a rookie or in their second
Mhm.
year. There's different ways to develop. You can say that not getting an opportunity has stunted certain players, but you can also say that for other players, earning that opportunity has benefited them. Just in
Right.
this draft, Ochai Agbaji had to earn his spot. Shaedon Sharpe didn't play immediately. He had to earn his spot with Portland, and that all helped them in their development. I don't think there's anything wrong with having Fred VanVleet coming in and setting a tone defensively.
But I think that's different as opposed to you're coming onto a roster and the dude's already there, and then you have another roster and you're bringing in
I know what
somebody
you mean.
to start. That's two completely different situations. When Shaedon came in, there was already dudes there. When Agbaji came in, there was already dudes there. When he got traded, there was already dudes there. You're talking about Amon got drafted. Now you're bringing in somebody there. There's a different concept to
That
that.
makes sense.
Kuminga got drafted, but there was people there. Moody, there was people there. With Amon, you drafted him to be the changer, but you're bringing somebody in. It's like, I don't like, now he has to go compete with a veteran. That kind of fucks up young players' mentality and stuff like that. I don't think that always is the case, but I get what you're saying. I just think he should start from day one.
I also think that having veteran players on a roster can benefit that player. And I don't think it's a healthy mindset for an organization to just draft players and feel and be like, this is your team. I think even if teams draft a player, you can still be aggressive and get somebody in that position. And it's up to that player to step up to the plate and earn
agree.
that spot.
It depends
I
on the
don't- yeah, I
player,
agree.
though, because we obviously, this is a strong and very rare case, but we saw John Morant get drafted by the Memphis Grizzlies and immediately change the landscape of their team. Obviously, he came in and was just producing at a very abnormal level for a rookie and then a second-year player. But then there's been situations and moments in history where we've seen those guys get drafted, come in and be impact players immediately. But I'm not overly disagreeing with Joel here. I understand the concept. You want to help aid these guys' development. That's number one if you're the Rockets. How are we going to develop these players? Because these last 3 years, we clearly have not done a great job of that since we've been top 3, top 4 pick for 3 years in a row. So that's the only I feel where he's coming from, but I feel like I'm more in the side of let these young kids play. Let them develop. Let's trust Ime to come in. We paid him for a reason. Let's let these guys do a
Fred
job.
can benefit him just as him watching him start, watch him make the mistake, and then teach him what you should. Like, he can still be that leader off the bench, benefit him off the bench, giving him that ear. Like, he can still do that.
So
Yeah,
much
I
the
don't know if you
money,
pay- you don't pay
the
him
money.
40 to
Listen
come
to
off
that.
the
The money,
bench.
they gonna have to figure that shit out.
That's why I think you get vets that just fit the team, not have to come in and start right away and hinder the development. You just called me off guard when you said sign Fred and you could trade Jalen Green. I was like, hold up.
I ain't say sign Fred and trade Jalen Green. I said you sign Fred and he may see
So let
what
me ask-
lineup
or he-
combinations
So let
work
me
the
ask you a
best.
question: Is that
Expendable.
same process? Not same situation, but is that same process for Cade Cunningham? They got a new coach. He hasn't shown much in 2 years. Same way as Jalen Green. He's been hurt, but he hasn't shown much in 2 years. It's that same process for him where you're thinking of trading him if it doesn't work out.
I would say no.
If they don't have a player that can replace him, then no.
I don't think they have a player
You
to
have to
replace
have
Jalen
a-
Green though.
I'm blanking so hard.
I never said that they did have a player that can replace Jalen Green. All I'm saying is that right now with the Pistons,
No.
it's two
Who they
guards.
drafted. Bro, I'm literally just I'm
Thompson.
Oh,
I saw it.
there it is.
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
just
yeah.
like,
Thompson.
what
Yeah.
the
Yeah,
hell?
yeah,
It's
yeah.
gone.
Right now with the Pistons, they have two guards that are solidified on the team. It's Cade Cunningham and it's Jaden Ivey. They don't have anybody else, and they don't have the cap space to get top tier talent on their team. They can get a good starter. Right now, they have $30 million in cap space. They can possibly get two good players with that, but they're not going to get like what Fred VanVleet wants a max level type of deal. They're not going to get a VanVleet or James Harden with that type of money.
Neither team can get top tier talent. Like paying Fred VanVleet $40 million is not getting top tier talent. That's overpaying.
You're definitely getting
But
an all,
he
but
comes
you're
in, becomes one of your
overpaying,
best players.
That's
but you're
also-
getting an all-star level player.
Like Fred VanVleet's not a scrub. That's how
He's
we
not,
have. To,
no, he's not a scrub.
I know we talk
40
about
mil,
Fred VanVleet
yeah.
and he's been underwhelming, sure, but we know end of the day, Fred VanVleet is a very good
Yeah, that's
basketball
true.
player.
He's all right.
I mean, but also what you just said, like if Cade Cunningham is underwhelming in year 3, you are looking at options.
So it's the same process.
You're not trading him. Like you're not trading him outright, but you're definitely not looking at him
It's
as,
a franchise.
oh, that's
Yeah.
100% the future of this team. You're not looking
Mhm.
that way at Cade anymore if he's underwhelming
But
in
he's
year
been in
3.
the lab.
He has been. Thank
Hurt.
God he shaved.
Yeah, he's
He
been
was looking.
That was false.
Was it fake? Was it edited? Are you sure?
He got that pick came out last week. He can't look like that in a week.
No, he could have just
can't-
shaved
bro,
though.
I
he
mean,
just had a beard.
no, he looked
and didn't have a
real,
haircut.
like,
Oh,
a
like
little
jacked?
fat.
Oh. bad.
We spent a lot of time on the Rockets in a point guard situation.
Deservedly so. It's a
Yeah.
good conversation.
But the forward spot right now, I like Tariq, Cam Whitmore. They just drafted him, but that's a spot that they could go out and get
three?
Cam Johnson.
Okay.
They could get a floor spacer, a veteran player, whether it's Dylan Brooks or Cameron Johnson, and that can benefit the team.
I like the Cameron Johnson fit a lot.
I
I think
like Cam
I think
Johnson a lot,
Brooklyn
too.
retains him though.
Brooklyn's gonna match.
Yeah, basically anything. He
I
played really
think
well
that
for them down the stretch.
the Rockets are going to get 3 veteran players that will come onto the team and play a role.
Mhm.
And that's where the Rockets may have too much talent. Right now, they have $62 million in cap space. They have Amen Thompson, Jalen Green, all-star level talents, Cam Whitmore, who was a top 10 talent in his draft that slipped in the draft. Jabari Smith Jr. was the 3rd overall pick. Alperen Sengun, who I'm very high on. And then guys who I think can develop into utility role players like Tariq and KJ Martin Jr. But with this cap space they have, if they get 3 players on this roster that are going to play high-level minutes, it's going to stunt the growth of a lot of those players. And I think the player who probably is going to not benefit from this the most is Cam Whitmore. Cam Whitmore might have been the odd man out getting drafted at 20 by the Rockets.
3 of those guys are expendable. I would say Porter Jr.
I didn't even mention him.
Kenny Martin
him too.
Jr. and probably Tate. Did you say Tate?
I didn't say Tate either.
Okay, well then we're gonna leave them off. So 2 of those guys, I think. The other guys though, Easton, I think is really important. Cam is really important.
Is Kuz an idea here?
It's an idea.
I think he'll go to a playoff. Like I think
I
the
agree.
Kings would be the
Sacramento
one.
seems to be
I think
the most
even
real
Indiana could be a
location.
sneaky one too.
Okay.
Indiana could be a sneaky one that grabs them up. You know, they're missing a 3. I think Buddy Hield's not a long-term 3 or 2. They have Benedict Mathurin. You could put a lot of pressure with Kyle Kuzma.
You sure Buddy Hield's not long-term 2 or 3?
No, I don't think so.
He's one of the best shooters in the league.
I agree. I don't think he's a long-term.
But I
2 or
do
3,
feel
though.
like his name's been in trade conversations pretty often.
Yeah, for years.
It has, but Buddy Hield is really good, man.
Yeah, wait till he comes to LA. You're gonna say he's mid.
he's
Well,
cooking.
It's not
What's
true.
coming to LA for the last 2 years?
Dude, for real.
And Miles
They've
Turner.
been playing fucking games. I need Miles.
They've been on the trade block as long as John
Buddy
Collins.
Hield is one of those players that I'm not sure if he'll. Well, the Pacers are making the playoffs next year, so he'll be in the playoffs. He's one of those guys that
top 6 seed.
his first time in the playoffs,
Top 6 seed.
he's gonna be good.
Top 6 seed.
The Pacers,
Yeah. So the top 6 seed.
Oh, they're locked.
in
They're
the
locked.
East, there will be a playoff lock.
So who falls? The Nets. They were 60 this year, right? Yeah, they could fall pretty easily.
Right in that.
Ben Shepard's about to
You
replace.
said Buddy Hield's gonna what?
I think in his first playoff
I mean,
appearance,
he's
he'll
a
play
shooter.
really
He's
good.
gonna either hit or miss. It's nothing. It ain't gonna be nothing too crazy. It could be a Kevin Herter.
He's gonna
moment.
go back to his Oklahoma days.
No comment.
No comment. Those are like legendary days. So if he does that, we're fucked.
The Sacramento Kings have the second most cap space at 34.6 million. The idea of Draymond Green going here is floated around.
Kane.
It's not. I'm not even entertaining. I'm going
Mike
for the
Brown
Kings.
and Draymond Green have a super close connection.
It's pretty dope. Him and Steph also have super close.
So I know you saw the comments Steph made about Poole.
He misses bro. He missed little bro. You know,
Be ashamed.
Clay
if he-
didn't say a damn thing
be
about Poole.
ashamed
That's how I
if-
knew Steph missed
If
little
Curry
bro.
wants out, go get a young star in Boston. Oh man, that'd be crazy.
Jalen. you don't have anything to give
Crazy?
to Steph. You don't have a package.
Jalen Brown.
That's not enough. That's not even remotely close.
Jalen Brown, 7 first rounds.
You would need Jalen and Tatum to get Steph
Oh my
for the
God.
Golden
What
State.
the
I
fuck?
kid you not. For Golden State, you would need both
He needs to demand.
and
a
like 10 picks. That's how much they value.
You take Jalen Brown, you like it.
I won't like it at all.
trade. Give me
And you're a
Pritchard. I'll give you
Celtic.
Pritchard.
Who?
Payne Pritchard.
The guy you guys keep thinking will be great, and so he should go to
Solid
Utah.
backup guard.
Try to get some
I'm
minutes.
sure Danny Ainge love him. Drop
Just
it.
thinking.
That's a good.
He
That's
Gotta
a
go
good
get,
destination.
please go get some minutes. You've been one for
He
a
might-
roll.
At this
You
rate,
guys
he's
don't
gonna
want
get
to give
minutes
us
now. You don't have any cards.
I'll tell you what. You give us Tatum and 7 first-round picks.
You're not getting Tatum.
Well, then you don't want to win.
Okay.
Sorry.
Anyhow, the Jazz.
I like the idea of the Kings.
Kings, sorry, not Jazz.
Yeah, I like the idea of the Kings getting Draymond because they need a defensive anchor. That makes a lot of sense, but I just don't see him leaving Golden State.
Not for the
Kyle
Kings.
Kuzma is the name that I floated around for the Kings a lot,
I like that.
and I would like to fit there. But now I'm kind of pivoting because maybe the Kings shouldn't take a swing for just one player in free agency and then call it quits. I feel like a team like the Kings could benefit a lot from maybe bringing in 2 impact players and not just spending all that money on one. And Jakob Poeltl is a guy, I think he comes into play here. They need rim protection,
It's seeming as
rebounding,
if Jakob
defense.
is a lock to go back to the Raptors.
I'd be
It is.
surprised.
20
They
million
traded
a
the
year.
first round
I
pick for
wonder
him.
why. That's ridiculous, man. That's
The
ridiculous.
Raptors are running it back. They don't want to trade Siakam. They don't want to trade OG. Fred looks like he's probably going back. They're just going to run back this core.
So if you're the Kings, would you rather sign Kyle Kuzma if it's the same amount of money?
Yeah.
Kyle Kuzma or Jeremy Grant?
I feel like Kyle Kuzma fits more the need of what.
Jeremy Grant's a really good defender.
That's what I was going to say. I think Grant gives
So
you
is
more
Kyle,
two-way
and obviously the
ability.
rebounding aspect of things that is underappreciated in Kyle Kuzma's game too.
Were the Kings, am I remembering incorrectly, were they in the Bradley Beal sweepstakes?
They were
Slightly.
dangling.
I feel like
they
they,
have
were,
been
right?
in the OG and Anunoby sweepstakes a
Yeah,
lot.
because
Though.
it does feel like they still
had the
need a
Minecrafted
real not
piano.
that Grant or Kuzma aren't impact players, but it does feel like this team, they made a huge leap last year, right? They got up one of the best teams in the West and surprised everyone. But I think if they want to take that next step, to me, it feels like more than just a Kuzma or Jeremy Grant. It feels like they need to go to a tier above that. That would probably be a trade more because there's no one in free agency. They're not going to be in the Kyrie or Harden sweepstakes, anything like that. But I think that's where I would look if I was the Kings. Now it's easier said than done to go out and trade for a superstar player, but one of those wings makes sense, whether that's Kuzma or Jeremy, because that's like the one hole I think you're looking at that team because your guards are pretty set. Your front court was a bonus, but like you said, rim protection is a need. But I just think the Kings might get stuck in this kind of middle ground where they have really good players like Fox and Sabonis, but neither of them we're going to be looking at can carry a team to make a deep playoff run.
All right. So I'll just off face value, I quickly looked up on Crafted NBA just to see what their value is. So they're Crafted offensive plus minus.
Who's this?
Jeremy Grant versus Kyle Kuzma. So Jeremy Grant is higher. He's in the 77th percentile.
Offense?
Kuzma's in the 60th percentile. But they're both in the 45th percentile on defense.
I thought Grant was better.
Kuzma's a better rim. He has better rim defense.
Mhm.
Grant's a better defensive rebounder. No, I lied. Kuzma is. Deflections, Grant gets. Yeah, it's
Jeremy
kinda-
Grant's a better perimeter defender.
Grant's a
Kuz-
better blocker.
Kuzma also showed that he can complete a role. at a very high level.
That's a fact.
Jeremy he did it.
I'm just saying that as we
Kuzma
saw,
did it
Kuzma
at
was a
a high
champion.
level.
It just feels like Jeremy Grant. If he's not scoring 20 a game, he's frustrated. That's kind of how he feels like to me.
I feel like Kuzma though was not all too pleased with his role with LA, although we did win, so that kind of
He was dealing with injuries that year too.
That's very true. But I feel like he'll go to the Kings. There'll be some more floor spacing, so maybe the efficiency will go up. Obviously, he's coming in to defend, protect the rim, and also rebound the basketball.
I'm with Dehls though. I think you need a little bit more. Like I think these two are.
Kuz.
I think these two
Kuzma
are
just
good
averaged
players.
21 and 7.
Now move.
That's what no, but the efficiency's mid. What was it? 41%, right?
45% from
45,
field,
okay.
33% from
33. That's what it was.
I think you need a little more. Maybe like a little tier higher, like Bridges, or they're not going to get him. But I'm saying Bridges or OG and Nobi. I think those would be the ones. Like, all right, we can make a
It
run.
just seems like they're not available. So I mean, for what's available to you, Kyle
Gotta do
Kuzma's the guy.
Dylan Brooks.
No,
Does it fit this one?
not for this team. No,
Does it fit the culture?
Nope.
They already have a
Interesting.
culture.
I thought he was
set.
a
They
good
don't need
player.
Brooks to come in and
He is a good player.
he's a
If you-
culture setter, not someone to come in. You know what I mean?
Interesting.
Choose one or the other. What would you rather? Kyle Kuzma, Dylan Brooks paired, Draymond Green.
Draymond Green wouldn't play with Dylan Brooks.
No, I'm
by
just
the way.
saying, just Draymond
Just
Green.
Draymond.
So
or the
Kyle
two.
Kuzma,
You got
Dylan
Kuzma
Brooks
and
versus
Dylan
Draymond.
Brooks.
Oh, you
or
take
just
Draymond and you don't think about
Yeah,
it.
I'm taking Draymond.
Okay.
Yeah.
I respect Draymond.
All right, just making sure.
I respect Draymond.
I know you
a lot.
love Dylan
You
Brooks.
also
bro.
respect Dylan Brooks.
I do. Listen,
he's one of your favorite
He's been
players.
through a lot.
What?
He's been
He's
through
put
a
his
lot.
team through a lot.
This is what I'll say to
Both
you,
regions.
Mister.
Yeah, both things can indeed. be
Dylan
true.
Brooks is gonna have this redemption arc.
Oh,
And you're gonna witness it
Is he
firsthand.
going to change his personality?
Is
I
he
don't
gonna
know.
stop yelling every time he hits one out of 10 shots?
He's gonna lock up your favorite players
Bears.
on a consistent basis.
Lock who's favorite player?
You know who?
Mine?
You know who? Your
Steph?
favorite players,
I don't
not
respect
player.
Nobody until they
Steph.
get
So some of your
40.
favorite players.
He locks up Steph.
He'll lock up some of your favorite players.
Okay.
He's one of the best defenders in the league.
Okay.
Patrick
know that.
Williams.
That's actually not even close to my list.
If the Kings could get Kyle Kuzma and then get Christian Wood on an MLE,
It always
That's
goes back to
very
Christian Wood.
attractive.
It's not horrible. It's
Okay,
not a horrible.
Christian
Wood's
Wood's a
idea.
good
LA.
player.
They do
He's a
need a
good player.
backup big.
He was a good rim protector too, and rebounder.
Bro, Christian Wood was good with the Dallas Mavericks.
was.
Jason Kidd just didn't play him.
I know. Wait till he comes
It
to
was
LA.
nasty.
But really,
He was
utilize him.
amazing with the
Yeah.
Mavs. I'm not gonna lie. He was.
Amazing, we don't go that far, but he was pretty solid, really solid.
He was
No,
solid.
I agree. I think what
Not as
did
good
you
as
say was
Derek
the first
White.
guy before Wood?
I said Kuzma and then Wood for the Kings.
That wouldn't be horrible. I
Hell
think
no.
that'd be like a real like, all right, we got our team, we got our culture. That'd be dope. Like,
For the Spurs, they have the third most cap space at almost
This is where
34,
Fred should
35
go.
million.
Exactly.
yeah, stay.
Wemby,
Don't go to Houston, please.
Wemby, Zach Collins, Keldon Johnson, Devin Vassell, and
Jeremy Sohan.
Trey Jones projected to start. It's either Zach Collins or Sohan starting, one of those two. They need point guard. They need it bad. They do. You have James Harden, Kyrie. I think those names get taken out the equation. Is Russell Westbrook an option here?
I think he's going back to the Clippers, bro.
Yeah,
They don't have the money unless he takes a.
I was gonna
friendly.
It's an
apparently
interesting
it's seeming.
fit.
I mean, maybe Twitter lies. Of course, they do. It
Gotta
does.
be careful with Twitter.
Okay,
I
I
can
agree.
trick you.
I'm not gonna lie. Austin Reeves, that's a prime Spurs.
Not leaving.
destination.
the Lakers.
Not
Yeah,
leaving.
the latest
Lakers
report
are
is
prepared
Lakers
to
are
match any offer.
anything.
Them and the
200
Nets-
mil, they'll match
D'Angelo
it.
Russell, a little more realistic than Austin Reeves.
I
If
agree.
the Spurs get 30, if the Spurs offer him 30 million a year,
What's the max
They're
Reeves
not.
can get?
Lakes not match.
No, we're matching.
Oh, okay.
We're matching up to 100.
what do you think about the? But if it's 4 years, 120 million,
If they offer him 30 million,
Can I ask you a question?
Austin, I love you.
Can I ask you a
I will
question?
miss you dearly.
If Austin Reeves gets 30 million a year, is it an overpay?
After one season, no doubt.
Thank you. I'm just glad you're consistent. That's all I need.
Like, bro, he was great. Like, he was great.
so what's not an overpay for Austin Reeves?
20.
20, 25.
20 to 25.
Yeah.
So you're saying if he got Jalen Brunson's contract last offseason, he would have been overpaid?
Jalen Brunson got underpaid.
I say this, though. Listen, Jalen Brunson probably was.
Jalen Brunson overplayed
He
his
was,
contract.
he was better than Austin Reeves. I'm comparing their posting runs, Mavericks to LA. I would say slightly. I don't want to be rude to Jalen because he was great against Utah. But then, of course, Luka came back and, the roles are just going to be completely different. But of course, I think Austin knows how to fill a role. He
Was
played
good
very
against
well
the
in
Warriors?
his
I
minutes.
don't remember.
Who? Reeves?
Looks like the
Brunson.
max Reeves can get is 4 years, 98 million,
That's the max he can get.
It's literally
according
less
to
than 100.
Fansided.
My
Yeah, was he
God.
good against the Warriors? I literally.
He
Brunson-
averaged 16 a game.
16.
I will say Austin Reeves and
Reeves was
Victor
generational
Wembanyama.
against WCL.
Austin
Jeez.
Reeves on the Spurs. That sounds good. I like it. I
That'd be
like it a
cool.
lot.
The only thing I
He's coming
say,
to Detroit.
Reeves turns the ball over a little bit. That's one of his. Not many people like to point out Reeves' flaws. I get it. I love him too. He turns over the ball a little bit careless, but of course, I think that he'll get Victor in the right spot.
Reeves should come to Detroit.
He knows how to run an offense. No thanks.
We'll help you.
Reeves is staying.
No, he.
All right, give me Cade. It's the price.
Oh my god.
Give me Cade.
Yeah, it looks like 4 years, 98 is the most he could get.
Yeah,
cool.
we're gonna match. I'm 100% certain Austin Reeves will be a Laker.
So he'd get 25 a year. That's
D'Angelo Russell will not be on the team.
Do you think the Spurs make
Good.
any move, like any splash move?
I think Fred makes sense
Fred,
here.
D'Lo.
D'Lo's interesting.
D'Lo, come on, man. Let's be
Nah,
serious.
D'Lo, he's
D'Lo's
out.
a
He's
good
out.
playmaker.
Exactly. He in the
That's about
playoffs,
it.
he doesn't show up. But in San Antonio, he can stay out of the limelight.
That's what it
There's
was
no
with
looks on
Brooklyn.
him.
He's not a
He
Spurs
just
guy.
go there and play.
You're
You don't
cooking.
think Pop-
You're cooking. You're cooking. You're
You
cooking.
don't think Pop will get him right?
No.
Yeah, he's cooking. He's not a Spurs. Fred VanVleet.
Was Aldridge
Spurs
a
guy.
Spurs guy?
Aldridge? He was. Aldridge was pretty low maintenance. Kept
Okay.
it cool.
Okay.
Like right to the book. Played basketball the right way. He was for sure.
You don't think that it was like Tim Duncan? Like, man, I could play with bro.
Probably that too.
Uh-huh.
But Tim Duncan's not there.
No, for sure.
He's a coach now.
No.
And
deservedly
D'Lo,
so for him.
with the shit he's been through, they're like, we like Fred.
Again, I get it. D'Lo was ass against the Nuggets. He was good in the playoffs until the WCF started.
He was
He was
okay against the
inconsistent,
Warriors.
though.
Inconsistent.
I-
He was only good on the home.
And against the
And
Memphis
it's just Klay
Grizzlies.
Thompson's fault.
Listen, I'll firmly say this. He was good the first two series. He was ass.
So he's been
Horrible.
good 2 series out of what, 7?
Okay, I'm not going to disagree with you. 7? No.
6?
No. It's
5.
5.
2 out of 5. 40%.
One series in Brooklyn, one
Hey.
series in Minnesota.
If this was 3-point range,
It's 40%.
he's a dog.
Oh
if
my
we do
God,
the
what are we
games, though,
doing?
it's not ideal.
No.
You're fucked.
No, agreed.
If the game, yeah, you are indeed fucked.
The thing is, he was horrendous every single game against the Grizzlies. He was so bad.
He was horrendous every single game against the Denver Nuggets.
He was.
He had some bad ones against the Warriors.
He had one bag one, I'm pretty sure.
Like what?
That was the game that
Grizzlies
we got
versus
smoked by.
we're seeing some other shit. A couple games.
He was lit.
No, there was one game in the Warriors. He got benched. He didn't
I
play.
know.
No, there was another one outside the blowout.
No,
he
I don't know. I don't know if he got benched.
No, he didn't come back in for the second half.
I think you're right.
They said, "Fuck that." Yeah, listen, man.
I don't think the Spurs are making any serious move.
You don't think Fred is one of those?
Nah, I don't think they're making play for Fred.
I don't know. I feel like you want to get Wemby. You want someone next to him. Obviously, that isn't Devin Vassell. That isn't Keldon. You know those guys are going to be there. You need one more guy that you can trust that is going to get buckets, take some pressure off him. Listen, you believe in Keldon, you believe in Devin for sure, but you need one more guy, especially if Fred VanVleet, that opportunity is there. I think you take that.
But allegedly,
personally.
Dennis Smith Jr. might go back to Charlotte. 2-year deal.
That's good.
You thought he was going to Phoenix. Fuck out of here.
He could have.
Minimum.
Yeah,
They're working out Jabari Parker.
Yeah, that's a terrible workout. That workout stinks.
Oh, Stanley Johnson, that's a good one. No, that's a good pickup.
I was going to say, Dennis really
Stanley stinks, bro.
Stanley Johnson's a good pickup.
stinks.
You're such a liar.
No, stinks.
He's a good pickup.
Bro, stinks.
He stinks.
I wouldn't say stinks.
Playoff rotation,
He's
Stanley's in it
average.
nuts.
He's average.
No, he's not
He's
even-
a great defender.
He's
Come
average.
on. If he's average, he would be on a roster consistently.
He's gonna get.
He's about to be on the roster.
He's gonna get a
Yeah,
minimum contract.
because by good gracious God, they don't have anybody.
he was
the
on the
Suns
Lakers
need to-
last
need to-
year.
Need to sign some
Did
people.
he get cut?
He did. Undoubtedly,
They just
got cut.
they just accepted Ishman Rainwright.
Yeah.
Yeah, they need to fill out a roster.
No,
so-
Stanley Johnson played with the Spurs, bro, last year. 53
That's
to
what it
30
was.
games.
30 games.
He averaged 6 points,
Zion's
53% from the field,
Don't do that.
45% from 3, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists.
number.
He was great with the Spurs last
You're
year.
nuts.
Great is so crazy. Holy
So,
shit.
When did he? What was
How
his
many
last
minutes,
game
how
with
many
the
minutes
Nets?
was he getting?
What he was last game was
Jesus.
what?
With the Spurs? What was his
Someone
last
just said
game?
Stanley Johnson's bottom 20 in the league.
How many minutes was he getting on the Spurs?
Like 16 minutes again.
16 minutes on the Spurs.
Yes, yes.
That's
not
crazy.
ideal,
He's ass.
bro. Yeah.
He's ass.
That's one of the
That's what I'm
worst
saying, like,
rosters
I'm
in the
sorry.
league.
Hey, when you're wrong, you're wrong.
He's about to be the Suns.
His last game on the Spurs, he had 7 points.
No, give me the date. I want to know when he got cut.
February 11th.
Oh my god.
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Bro didn't make it to the All-Star game.
Come on, bro.
He had 5 games where he scored double digits.
So I wonder why they cut him.
5 double-digit games in 30.
He was really a top 10 pick.
That doesn't help us.
He
He's
was
a
a
defender.
dog
In high school,
in
that's what I heard.
He was a grown ass man in high school. Dog, man. Yeah,
I thought he was
Phoenix-
going to be a star.
No, I did for sure. I think him and Josh Jackson, people were kind of like,
He was high on Cam Sanders, too.
I don't think that's his name. Oh, you talking about for Rutgers?
Yeah.
And not too high. But like Josh Jackson was also another one. People thought was just gonna be the truth, bro. Like
Yeah.
them
He
two were
was
like
top 5 pick.
Yeah, they were like from Kansas. We were like, nah, he's got it. Like he's the one.
My bad, Corey Sanders.
Yeah, I was like, that's not
Cam Sanders.
I was talking Dwayne Bacon. That's who it was.
Oh yeah, he was
Dwayne
very high.
Bacon.
Dwayne Bacon. Dwayne
Such
Bacon
a
was
bucket.
nice though.
He was such a bucket.
The Pacers' fourth most cap space, almost 30 million. They need a wing, and I feel like the Jarris Walker pick it fills a need for them defensively. They're in the OG and Anunoby sweepstakes. I think they could be one of these sneaky teams that
Snatch Kuz.
that could potentially
Indiana?
be an option. I think Josh Hart could be an option for
There we
Indiana.
go.
Ainge, I don't know if New
I
York
think the
lets him
Knicks.
go.
Yeah, I think the Knicks retain.
I don't
him.
think so either, but
He
that's an
seems
option.
like a Knick.
No,
you know?
fair.
That's a beautiful one.
He definitely is
Yeah.
New York through and through.
He'll stay
New
with
York.
Brunson, I think.
Yeah.
He'll rock out with Brunson. Dante
You know who I
DiVincenzo, we
think-
haven't talked about enough.
Interesting.
Facts. Phoenix Klein's today.
Hey, Phoenix better hope he try to do it again because they're fucked. Bro.
You know who I think goes to the Pacers? Grant Williams.
I think he's gonna go to Dallas.
You think so?
He's
yeah.
been saying Dallas for a month.
Or if he goes to Dallas,
Well, Dallas has been the hottest.
Maybe
rumor.
Dallas should jump in for Dante.
It might be a sign and trade, but
I need
because
to
Dallas
make some
still
shitty
needs some
moves
front court help,
fast.
and he'd be able to play.
They,
in the
they are
first for
relying
sure.
heavily on them rookies.
Yeah, like Lively might fucking start.
Should start.
No, he definitely should.
Fuck it.
We've
That's
been
why
talking
they
about
fucking
Gonna keep
teams.
starting Dwight Powell.
yeah, I think James Harden's staying in Philadelphia.
Yes.
100%.
I just don't see why he would go anywhere else if he wants to win.
That's
Go
the
to
fear.
Phoenix.
That,
Oh my god.
How the fuck would they don't want to they can't trade DeAndre.
$4 million MLE.
Take a minimum.
Yo, you're nuts. If
If he takes the minimum
he's
in
done,
Phoenix,
bro. I don't even care about that rate.
he's not doing that. He's not turning down 30+ million he's gonna get. And
I know.
That roster would be hilarious, bro. They got
He go to Dallas, play with Luca.
and Kyrie.
Run Luke at the 3.
Sign and trade Kyrie. Kyrie to
I
Philadelphia.
mean, that's what we're fucking doing.
Oh
I
my
think we have an
God.
ML.
I
He
think
come
you're
to go
changing
stay.
problems for problems. Kyrie for Harden.
he actually
Don't
could
call
come
Harden
to
a
LA.
problem.
We're just
The thing
I'm
is,
not
no,
saying
no, I'm not even
personality
kidding.
wise. I'm saying
Huh?
issues.
Thing
that
is,
could
we
rise.
could actually make it work. He could actually come to LA.
If
Harden
James
or
Harden goes to
Kyrie?
LA,
Harden.
He would be
I'm a Lakers
actually really
fan.
good in LA.
Yeah.
I think.
I'm
That's
being
good.
real. He could actually
Yeah.
come to us.
If James Harden goes to LA, I'm
I mean,
in for Lakers.
If he wants to take the MLE,
And you're going to be banned.
No,
You're banned.
no, no.
if he wants
You're
the MLE, go to
No, I'm
Miami.
not.
At this point, fuck it.
Okay, that's not crazy.
Because
I,
one,
do they have the
if
money?
James Harden
They don't
goes to
have money.
the
You're banned.
I
if
think
James
they have
Harden
MLE.
goes to the
You're done.
Lakers,
Oh, MLE, yeah,
I'm gonna
yeah.
have
Might
all
as
the
well.
Laker accounts follow me. Lakers lead all these dudes.
they
'cause
haven't
I'm be-
blocked
I'm
him
be
already.
popping- I'm be
Don't
popping
Lakers
James
Twitter
Harden,
hates him.
baby.
Here's the
Yeah,
thing. All those
easily.
guys already follow me.
They
blocked
you.
They blocked you.
They
You're a
blocked
LeBron
you.
guy.
One of the two.
You're a
You're
LeBron guy. That's
done.
why. You know what I'm saying?
You're
My-
a
But
Harden.
once the real king comes to town,
Oh my god.
we're gonna see what's up.
The real king, James Harden.
Wow.
Anyhow,
The real king.
Kyrie.
That's how quickly he just lost us.
The real fucking king. This man has a
How
king
sick
shit.
would what kind of turn of events would it be if Harden comes to LA?
be cool.
That'd be awesome.
You'd be
Really good
pissing your pants.
Oh, because he finally get a ring? I'm hoping it for you. Truthfully.
I think he's gonna get a ring.
This year?
He's
I
a
don't
big
know about
nurse.
this year,
He's
but
on that
he's
team.
I
gonna
give
do
it
it.
like a 4% chance that it actually happens, but I'm just letting it be known we have the money to make it work.
Listen, I won.
Why'd you win?
Because we've always been going back and forth for Harden and Curry. I won.
I mean, same way I won a Dak versus Wentz debate.
You can have that. They both stink.
Dak doesn't stink.
Ah, mid. Curry's a great
I don't think
Hall of
he's mid.
Famer.
It's just this is it's
It
kind
just-
of a difference. I
Nobody
feel like
cares.
yeah, you could say he's kind of more right about the Wentz Dak because Wentz is like out the league.
You can
But
have
like
that.
he's so much more right with Curry over
Listen, man,
Harden.
4 rings.
I think Dak over
Hall of
Wentz
Fa-
is better.
I
than
don't disagree.
Curry over
That's
Harden.
what I'm saying. Better. You lost me.
What do you mean? Wentz is out the league.
Listen,
Yeah,
I'll
he
say
is.
it's a he won that one.
Harden's an all-time
you-
great.
he won.
You
regardless.
He
You won.
easily
You
won.
can have
Steph
it.
is
No,
top
but here it
all
is.
time.
He's significantly won this one.
It's not. This was. We know the Wentz and Dak one's over.
What's Harden?
This was not over.
No,
yet.
this shit is
God.
over.
No, this
It's
one-
over.
this
This
shit
shit
is-
is over.
It might not be over
Casket
yet.
on this one. This
It might
shit's
not be
done.
over yet. We might talk about James Harden winning a
I
couple
won,
rings.
I won the Harden. I won the Trey Young for a month and some change.
Uh-huh.
Wait,
I
what's
won the
Trae
Kevin
Young? won?
Durant.
I don't know what
What are you talking about with Trae Young?
Oh, when he said Trey Young was the best point guard in the league. I've just
And then he was horrendous against the Heat.
I've won the KD. I just keep winning with Curry. It just doesn't stop.
Didn't you say the Hawks was going to get out the first round a year after they made the
That has
ECF and you
nothing to do
lost?
with Steph
You lost
versus
that
Trae.
one.
You
No,
love
you
to
talking
do
about your
it.
wins and losses. You
No,
lost
we
that
were
one.
talking about
Didn't
Steph.
you lose about the Kings not being a playoff? Why
Didn't
you
you
lost
get-
about that?
Did-
When you
but-
lost
but-
about that.
The jig was up.
No, the
What are you
jig was up.
talking
But
about?
didn't he tweet after it was up 2-0 and then Steph ends up having 50?
Oh,
in
it's
their
fine.
building
They've
and they
already
lost? No,
exceeded
no,
all your
no, it's
expectations in the
fine.
regular season
No, he
anyway.
dropped the
You took
band
one
on your
win.
head.
Yeah, he did,
dropped
right?
the
And then
band
lost.
on your head.
And then they lost the war.
Can you imagine that? Now, first off, that's Twitter followers. They're down bad. 1,000 likes on your head for them to lose.
Badly.
That's
Like,
embarrassing.
It's 7 games. It's not like they got embarrassed.
50
Yeah,
points.
no,
It's
isn't
7
it crazy?
games.
It's 7
50
games,
points.
and in 2,
You got
over
you got
1,000
excited.
heads took a victory lap
you
on Rig.
saying it's 7 games, but tweeting about 2 was kind of
No,
crazy.
insane.
No, it's
Insane.
fine. I mean, I'm fine with the Kings losing to the defending champions
You
in the
picked
first
them to
round of the
win.
playoffs. You didn't have them making the playoffs. You said Sabonis and Fox wasn't all-stars. They made the all-star game and they were all NBA.
One of them was a
So
sub.
you were more wrong about the
One of them
Kings
was a
than
sub.
anyone. Sub for what?
An all-star sub.
No, they both made the all-star legitimately.
Cap.
What are you talking about?
Cap.
That's not Cap. They were the third seed in the West.
De'Aaron was a sub.
De'Aaron wasn't legitimate.
De'Aaron, you're right, but he was all NBA.
He did all that
Wasn't he-
grunting to lie to
Hold
be
on.
wrong just now.
What's more important? All NBA or fucking all-star? All NBA,
easy,
boy.
clear.
All NBA.
Wait a
All
minute.
NBA. All
Wait a
NBA
minute.
me. All
Wait a
NBA
minute.
Fox.
Wait a minute. You're piling up W's that I had nothing to do with. I
Those
never
were
said
your
he wouldn't.
L's.
I never said he wouldn't make all NBA.
De'Aaron's your L.
And
De'Aaron's your L.
Sabonis.
Sabonis was an L. He wasn't that good in the series.
No, seriously,
No,
He
no,
was a
in
W for
general.
the season.
Yeah,
Okay,
he's
but he
all
was
NBA
an L
player.
when I said he wasn't going to play good, and I did tell you
That's
that.
low-key your L, too.
We're here.
No, I mean the Sabonis, both your L's.
Didn't you?
No one won?
No, we'll take it out. I'll take a
My
mutual L.
W.
Okay.
Take a mutual
you
on
do?
that.
Sabonis, I've always loved him.
Oh, word.
We're not even going to get on you.
Thank you.
We're just gonna.
I appreciate that. And listen, I took the ultimate W, even though I didn't win, unfortunate, and swept.
It's okay because don't you have an L on Minnesota being top 3 seed?
They were injured
Top
the
one.
entire
Wait,
year.
why are we being mean here? Just
What-
get
what
him
were
a
you gonna
rip.
say?
Like,
What are we bringing
Jesus
up? We're having a free
Christ.
agency
He just
preview.
brought up hella king shit,
Nah,
bro.
he did.
He
You
did.
did. You started this.
All
I'll
he
be
did was
honest, you
bring up
started
his.
this.
No, he didn't. It was him.
What did
It was
you
Riff.
The
You were saying,
Timberwolves were injured all year long.
The Steph Curry,
Because
Kevin
every
Durant,
time we
he
were
started
talking-
wild.
He was wrong about Jalen Brunson. I cooked you there. I cooked you bad.
Respectfully.
Jamal Murray.
I didn't say too much about that.
I
You
don't know,
definitely-
that's
nah.
pre-Andrew.
I
After
said
the
too much.
bubble, you were shitting on Jamal
That's
Murray.
pre-Andrew.
Yeah, but that's not too much.
That was trolling me. I was
You
trolling.
just said some shit on Twitter about him.
Oh yeah. Also, Jordan Poole.
You're
Could be Steph
5'4".
Curry. No. Could be Steph Curry.
Oh,
You're done.
tweet. I can live with that.
The Cavs was an L.
Minnesota was an L, bro.
Minnesota
What
was
was
hurt.
worse?
The
Can
Cavs
I
were
ask-
fucking healthy.
Yeah,
the Cavs were
ass.
fully healthy.
They were.
And they got smoked by the Knicks.
And Garland was ass.
Minnesota. Wait.
Minnesota what?
We're just being
What does
what?
Minnesota hurt have to? They weren't gonna win that series, bro.
not a chance.
No, I'm not saying they were going to win
And
the
then
series.
weren't you up in the playback screaming that they were gonna win that playing game? You lost.
Oh, he was going crazy in the first half.
Jaden McDaniels didn't play, and Rudy
But
Gobert
you
didn't play
still
that game.
screamed.
It was Jaden's fault.
Stop! You
It
picked
was
them to
Jaden's
win.
Jaden's fault.
You picked them
But-
to win.
It's not a bad take saying that
Oh,
the Wolves. They lost to the champions. What are we talking about here?
Who?
I'm saying the Wolves were injured
Minnesota?
all year long.
Lost to the
Cat missed
Oh,
the 75% of the season.
And they lost to the Lakers. Can't forget that.
They did, but if the Wolves were healthy all year, they would have been a higher seed, better matchup. If they matched up with the Grizzlies in the first round, they would have smoked them.
Like last year.
It's not two different teams. Last year they had more players, they had more depth,
Uh-huh.
and they didn't have as much injuries going into the
Sounds like a
playoffs.
lot of excuses. When you
There
just
was
take
no
your
Steven
allocation.
Adams in this playoff run. They would have faced no Steven Adams, no Brendan Clark. I mean, it was going to be different. They had no D'Lo this time around.
I
about
mean,
the Warriors?
wait, no,
Will
that's
they
not
be in the
fair. I don't-
Warriors too?
No.
Wait. I don't think that's fair. I think if you can wish on Minnesota being healthy, I can say the Grizzlies would have been healthy. I think that's unfair to say.
Well, the
no,
Minnesota
no,
Timberwolves,
no,
when they
no,
got to
no,
the
no, no.
playoffs, it was only McDaniels who didn't
No.
play.
I think that is unfair. If you can say if Minnesota was healthy, this, that, third.
Whose
third,
season ended worse, the Timberwolves or the Cavaliers?
Listen, bro.
Caps,
Easy.
100%.
Yeah, easy.
As overall, when you talk
Which-
about the
But you
season,
did also
both-
say they were going to be the
Which
number one
take,
seed.
which take was
they
worse,
got injured.
Minnesota being number one seed or the Cavs beating the fucking Knicks?
you called them a dark horse Eastern Conference Finals.
And
team.
I said I
There wasn't dark horse,
painted
nothing.
an
He
insane
did.
scenario to
He
make myself
tried
be safe.
so
you said
hard.
you said their floor was the second round. They didn't even get there.
That's a comfortable level. I'll take that on that. You said Minnesota would be the number
They
one
got
seed in the
injured.
West.
They got hurt.
Oh my god!
Are you going to take them as number one seed going into next year?
No, they'll be the number 2 seed though, behind
Oh,
Denver.
number two.
Number two.
Okay,
But then when they
okay.
don't do it, they got injured.
Hey, you guys know last year. I mean, Denver was my real number 1 seed. You know what I'm saying?
No,
I was doing my
no,
thing.
They were until KD got
Did you
there.
pick the Suns
and then-
against Denver?
I did pick the Suns against Denver. So did JJ Redick. All ball knowers get something wrong eventually. That's what happens.
So did JJ Redick.
JJ Redick
Shit.
said that there's no way the Suns are losing. I
Did he
mean, I
really?
wasn't faulty in
I
my
picked the
logic.
Suns too.
Did he say that?
Take that on
Nah, he
that.
did.
No way in hell.
He said he has the Suns comfortable being it like NBA championship.
I don't think you said it like that, so I wouldn't give you. That.
I mean, Denver Nuggets before the Suns got KD was my team to come out the
then you
West.
flipped.
It was either them or the Suns. That's what I
No,
was
it
on.
was the Nuggets. Then they got KD. Then it was the Suns comfortably.
It was
and
never
then-
the Suns comfortably.
Okay,
It was
I
never
don't
the
know
Suns
about all
comfortably. That's
that.
cap.
It
That's
was pretty
cap.
comfortable.
What do you mean? I released my West
Once-
rankings and the Nuggets were still one.
Once
What
they
are you
got
talking
KD,
about?
I did not hear you talk about Denver once.
He's cooking. He's
Why-
cooking.
the,
He's
the
cooking.
wifey just moved in, bro. You know what I'm saying
I'm fucking
the
crying,
Suns
using every
agenda was
excuse.
being pushed.
Use all the excuses you got.
But ultimately, when you look at like if umbrella, just comparing the seasons, whose season
And the Cavs.
was more of a success or failure, the Wolves
No,
or the
no,
Cavs?
neither was a success. The Cavs failed more.
I can accept that.
Yeah.
Comfortable now.
And they got Anthony Edwards, baby.
They have a great team.
I don't get.
They don't got Anthony Edwards.
Well, they have.
Ah.
They have Evan Mobley, Darius Garland.
And
Donovan
Evan
Mitchell.
Mobley got no offense, bro.
I'm
Respectfully.
gonna say
Yeah, but
this.
you also
20
think
years
he's
old.
going to be elite.
He could be one day
No, there isn't.
offensively.
Oh my
We'll see.
God, I can't.
He's an elite defender. He could be. He'll never be Anthony Edwards though.
He doesn't need
Evan
to be.
Mobley.
He doesn't need to be Anthony Edwards.
Donovan Mitchell won't be Anthony Edwards.
Donovan Mitchell's comfortable with who he is.
Anthony Edwards is that man.
Yes.
Who's better,
Between who?
Donovan or Anthony Edwards?
Right now, I will go Donovan.
That's not. That's a
I think
bad
I would
take.
take Ant right now.
That's a bad take.
So what?
That's a bad take.
I think
From
I would
you?
take Ant right now.
No, from you saying Donovan's over.
Oh no, I'm
Anthony
saying
Edwards.
you telling me it's a bad take doesn't move me. You
It's
got him as one
close.
and
It's
seed.
definitely close.
Yeah, to say it's not close is insane. Recency
sure.
bias is nuts.
But I
It's
think
not.
Ant
He
could-
averaged 31 in the
at the
playoffs.
end of
Donovan
next
Mitchell was
year-
nothing in the playoffs.
At the end of the year.
Donovan does what?
He was
was-
nothing
he's
in these
saying
playoffs.
he
In the
was.
past two playoffs, he's been nothing.
Last two, he's gotten outperformed by Jalen Brunson comfortably. Crazy.
Always next year.
Ant Edwards had a good 5 games.
He did.
Hey, oh, he had
4. He had a good 4 games.
He was
And then-
ass against the Lakers.
okay.
No, he was dogs.
terrible.
He was
He
actually
got
generational.
Offensively, he
did.
shot
Yeah,
bad,
no,
but defensively,
he
rebounding.
He hustled.
You know, he gave you things.
Defensively
Donovan
rebounding.
Mitchell don't give you that. He don't give you that rebound. He don't give you that
Defense,
Anthony
he's a good
Edwards.
defender.
He don't give you that Anthony Edwards D.
Wow.
Edwards played D.
Donovan has his own D. I don't think he wants to give
what are
you
we doing
Anthony
here?
Edwards D. You know,
Jesus
Edwards D is much better.
One
You
guy.
know that. You know that. It's
I've never
jaw
compared.
dropping
Okay.
when you watch him play.
I don't think it's that. I just watch him and I enjoy watching him play basketball.
But when
I
McDaniels
don't
comes
enjoy
in
You
the
don't, you
picture,
don't enjoy watching his jaw dropping D.
No, I don't.
but when McDaniels comes in the picture, now we're talking about his suffocating.
Okay, Mobley clears if we want to bring up number 2s.
Yo, what are we doing?
Which one's D's harder, you think?
Who plays harder? D?
McDaniels.
Okay.
He's just rough with it.
Don't sleep on the Wolves.
Nobody's sleep.
Where'd
You
this
just
conversation go?
Ah.
Weren't we talking about the
We're
Pacers
talking about
cap
the-
room?
we got from the Pacers all the way to the Wolves.
Yo.
Kyrie Irving staying in Dallas.
Yes.
Yeah. Whack. Or LA. Or LA.
We talked about Fred VanVleet ad nauseum. Chris Middleton,
Bucks.
I think
Milwaukee.
He's back to the Bucks, yeah.
Draymond Green.
Golden
back with the
State.
We all got
Warriors.
Golden State.
Sacramento would be hilarious.
He
If they didn't
stomped
just
on their
trade
best
Poole
players.
And I say this third time in a row now, Los Angeles is real because of LeBron James.
That'd be nasty.
he's not
Defense
going
would be insane, but AD, LeBron, and Draymond, oof,
Pray for us.
I just know
It's
if he
40
leaves
points.
Steph's going to look at him really different as a man.
he's going to demand a trade.
If he leaves Steph for LeBron or just leave Steph in general.
Steph in general. If he leaves Steph for LeBron, that's
You know
nuts.
what? Maybe this is what we need.
Steph will never demand a trade. He'll probably just retire.
Fuck.
Oh, you want him in Boston?
bad.
Oh, buddy. Maybe if you give us 21 first-round picks.
Oh man,
Give us your
Jeremy
life.
Grant stays in Portland, you guys think?
we think so. If they're gonna go with this, we're building a contender around Dame. They better keep Grant.
I don't know.
I say they trade all the old heads.
Is
there.
it possible to sign and trade Jeremy Grant or no?
Yeah.
I think that's more of a
Where do you see him
possibility.
going?
They wouldn't have a forward though.
I feel like you can get someone better.
Yeah. Jeremy
Yeah.
Grant's like a 20-point per game scorer.
Shit, if that means that you can go and get you OG Anunoby, I would do it.
You think the Raptors would do that though?
I don't
No.
think so.
Yeah, no.
But they'd have to be
They love
picks
OG.
involved.
I think Jeremy Grant stays in Portland.
Like, would you rather OG or would you rather Jeremy in your
OG.
opinion? Easy.
OG.
Like, very comfortably.
I think that one of the it's hilarious, but I think one of the list of demands Dame has gave the Blazers that he wants Jeremy Grant back.
Really?
Yeah.
That's not a report. That's just
Oh.
a gut
He,
feeling.
he said he wants Jeremy Grant.
Yeah,
Draymond.
yeah. I'm pretty sure that he wants Jeremy Grant back. That's why
He's not getting the other guy.
they're gonna
No,
get him
he's
back.
Unless he gives a scoop.
Okay.
Hey, if he gives a scoop. for
So,
sure,
Riv,
I'm
you're
for it.
very in tune with the Chicago Bulls. I'm sure that you follow them closely.
I try not to.
Nikola Vucevic, is he staying in Chicago?
Allegedly, he wants a friendly deal. Come back.
It's a team friendly deal.
Get him to Orlando.
And the Bulls are
Bring him
very
back home.
Orlando.
Bring him back home.
Starting over Wendell?
No.
Vooch
It
wants
wouldn't
to
be a
start.
bad bench. The Bulls have been in conversation with Vooch.
What's going on with Levine?
Levine, I don't know. He's been in the lab though.
Been
He's
a lot-
him.
Yeah.
The real have always known.
I don't know the direction they're going. I'm very confused. Kobe White and Io are on QOs. I think they're gonna extend the offer to them. I have no idea what this team is doing. DeMar's out there working out with Pat and Dale and Terry though.
Okay.
I'm pretty lost on this team. I don't know if they want to rebuild. I'm all in.
You have to pay Pat Will this year, don't you?
I think we have one more year.
Are you guys about to pay him $100 million?
I'll kill myself.
Allegedly. Don't do that. Come on.
I saw the report too.
No, I will walk to the George W. Bridge. If we give that man $100 million,
100 mil is the new like 60 mil.
nah, bro, this ain't it, bro.
TV money's gonna come.
I don't
in
care
couple
what
years.
TV, bro. If we give him $100 million,
You could have $1 billion in cap space. You're not
he's
doing
not
it.
worth $100 million, dog. I don't care what they say. I don't care what numbers they throw at me. You watch him play for 5 games straight, you'll come to the conclusion he's not $100 million player, bro. Don't care what number tells me, nothing, bro. Cool player, good role player. Like he's not a scrub.
Tears of eyes.
$100
Pat
million.
Will or Grant Williams?
See, that's the
That's
conversation.
Grant
I'll
Williams.
probably go Pat.
Okay.
Ah, come on,
You
respect
about
Grant
the shooting
Williams.
of Grant?
Pat can shoot it a little bit.
Better than Grant?
No, but he's a more versatile defender. He can stick with
Oh,
guards a little
Lord
bit more.
help me.
Big hands. He can rebound well.
Holy shit.
Once again, look who you're comparing him to. So $100 million.
I mean, Grant's gonna get like 70 probably.
See,
No.
But if he
70
gets-
scat,
see,
55.
He's going to get like
50,
40
55.
mil.
Grant's gonna get
55 is
50.
firm for Pat. Like
Now,
I'm cool with that.
Grant's gonna get 4 years, 50,
Nas
55.
just got 3 years, 45. There's no way in hell Grant gets more than Nas.
Nas is a
might-
better player than Grant.
I
I
agree.
Like, I
too.
think there's a gap. between those two.
Easy.
I
Yeah.
agree too.
Who?
I think someone
Grant's a
will
better
get
player than who?
desperate.
And
No,
Nas
Reed's
Reed's a better player than Grant.
Oh, for
70 was
sure.
That's
Not
not
a question.
Nas
70
Reed
was
is a
next.
demon.
See,
I
like
think
if
he's gonna get 50.
Pat gets
so good,
if Pat
bro.
gets 545, I'm valid.
That's another one they don't talk about the the Timberwolves not having in the playoffs, man.
Nas
Nas
Reed.
Reed.
Yeah, that was
I
big.
forgot about that.
Oh, here you go.
We're talking about they could have took
They
Denver to
could've took
6
Denver to
games.
6 games, yeah. I knew that was coming.
Maybe 7.
I'm just saying we beat them
win the
at full
series.
strength. No, I don't think we played the Grizzlies the first time, not the second time.
Yeah, I didn't play. Well, against the Lakers, no Nas Reed, no McDaniels, no
in the
Gobert.
playing, I know there was a bunch of guys missing, but that first go around,
Edwards needed to show up for
Someone-
that one.
that's
man.
when
Get
we
ready
got
to make a
y'all.
draft
That was a
pick.
legacy
That's when we
moment
got
for
y'all.
Edwards.
It's been
It
2
was.
hours.
Who didn't Frank?
Frank.
Sleeping. Yeah, nah, bro. I don't know, bro. Like, I think Zach, we can get a lot for Zach. Knicks want him. Knicks
They
want
do.
him. Like,
but
wow.
he doesn't want the Knicks.
He does. That was the report.
Which is weird.
We should have
Maybe-
I
won
feel like they're
him.
building a culture there.
You said what?
Easy, easy.
shouldn't
Stop,
want
stop.
Zach.
Come on, don't.
Boy, that boy a bucket.
The Knicks should not
Stop,
have won Zach LaVine.
stop. What do you mean?
What do you mean stop what?
You have RJ Barrett. What the fuck? Zach Levine would
He'd
be
a-
okay.
he'd be a huge
I'd
upgrade.
rather RJ Barrett his contract versus Levine at what he's getting paid.
Oh my god.
He's not even.
It's
It's not
13
even
more. It's not that
horrible.
big of a deal.
He's getting the supermax.
He's getting 40 mil. How much is RJ getting? 25?
They're
Can you
Around
respect
there.
Levine?
So that's not that bad, bro.
He's an
He's
efficient
a much
ass
better
scorer.
player. He can work off Jalen.
He's
Please
one of the
ta-
most efficient
please
guards in the
take his
game.
contract, please.
he's begging the Knicks to take him.
Nah, he'd be a good player for you guys. Knicks fan.
Doesn't
Take,
move
take
the
him over
needle.
the hump.
No, it's for sure. Maybe what you went to 6 with Miami? They probably beat you if they was healthy.
Y'all needed offense.
That's
Terribly.
You needed
You needed a shot
We just
creator,
needed our
yeah.
we needed our players to play at the level they're capable of.
And
playing.
Zach is better than all of them.
Except Brunson.
Well, he played at the level. He was fine.
Okay.
Other guys. Like you have Randall.
Yeah.
You don't want Zach?
Randall's 2-time All NBA.
Zach is much better than Julius
Yes.
Randall.
I don't know.
No,
Oh my
you
God.
do.
2-time
You-
All
you've
NBA.
seen
The
him play in
accolades
the
speak for
playoffs.
themselves.
He's honestly the
Accolades.
most fraudulent. Him and DeAndre Jordan are the most fraudulent All NBA players I've ever seen in my life. And you know
That's
it's
cap.
true. No, Julius Randle.
Not in the regular season.
No, this is where the fraudulent comes into play. He's an All NBA player in the regular season, and then he becomes dog shit in the playoffs.
Zach LaVine was not good in the
Zach
playoffs.
Levine knee was literally blowing up inside of his body.
Julius Randle's ankle was shit in the playoffs. He was.
What about the
injured.
year? What about the first time?
I'll give you that.
Okay, against John Collins,
I'll give you that. But versus Miami, he played a good series.
he was all right.
Randle, he was all right. I wouldn't say he was
He
good.
wasn't
or
All
something.
NBA, which is the
No,
problem.
no, but he was injured.
Oh,
I wanted to say Zach was injured. Randle was injured.
no,
We're
Zach.
just playing an injury. We're just throwing an injured card
No,
everywhere.
Zach had a blowing up knee. Like Zach, literally knee was on 30% one day, 80% another day. But Randall has a series where he played like dog shit. And he was healthy, and that was against John Collins, the guy who just got traded for Rudy Gay.
John Collins was a good defender that series.
Yeah,
And they was loading up on Randall.
yeah.
They was really loading up on him. You know that.
Zach Levine was getting guarded by Drew Holiday with a bad knee. So
I'm just seeing Jimmy Butler give Drew Holiday the smoke.
Jimmy Butler, bro.
It is Jimmy Butler, dude. Come
Zach
on.
LaVine, you think there's a big gap between them offensive
Jimmy
skill
Butler
set
has
wise?
out of body experience.
Jimmy and Zach LaVine?
Jimmy and Zach. I think Zach's more versatile on offense.
You can say Zach's a better offensive player, right?
Ooh.
Then who?
Jimmy Butler.
Jesus. Maybe better
I
score.
won't say that. I won't say that.
Maybe,
I won't say that.
Maybe better. I don't know.
I won't.
What
He's
he
a
does
better
in the
scorer.
playoffs?
No, he's a better
He's
scorer.
a more versatile scorer.
Offensive player. It's Jimmy. He's a significantly better playmaker.
You think?
Better finisher
Significantly.
too.
That's who. Is he?
Jimmy in the playoffs. He's just much better than Zach, bro. So I don't know what you want me to
Is
do.
he a
there.
better
As a
finisher?
player, he's much better. Oh, I'm just talking about offensive skill set.
Offensive skills guy? Zach is up there. Zach players praise Zach a lot. Like
He's got a bag.
yeah, they say he's one of them ones.
Yeah.
He is one of them ones.
On
I've
offense.
been telling you that for
Don't
years
laugh.
now.
Don't laugh.
Oh no,
Don't
no.
laugh.
But Sengun is one of them ones.
Don't laugh.
You're done.
Yeah, don't
You're
laugh.
done.
Zach LaVine cannot pass the ball like Operation Shingun. He
can't-
cannot
Alfred
operate in the
Zach
Sengun
ball.
LaVine
cannot score the ball like Zach
He
LaVine.
can't score like him. He can't finish at the rim like
Can't
him.
handle
He can't shoot like
he,
him.
he definitely
He
can't dunk
yo,
like him. No
Zach
hand.
really got
he
the-
definitely does
like-
not have ball handle like Zach LaVine.
An offensive team led by Shingun is a better
Is
offense.
Sengun
had
ever
18
winning a
wins.
dunk title
They
ever
had
in his life?
18 wins. They had 18, 20 wins.
Team's dog shit.
Yo, you're nuts for saying that, bro.
Surround him with more talent. See what he
That's
does.
a fair
He's
point.
gonna
Say
shock
that
you.
better than the one you said before.
He's going to shock you
Why would he shock me?
because
in.
you don't believe in Shingun.
No, I'm all in. I was all in.
I believe
4
in
days
Sengun.
ago.
Operation Shingun is the
What was
better
the NBA
offensive
draft?
hub than Zach LaVine.
Yeah,
I'm
4 or
standing
5
on
days
that.
ago.
I was all in 4 days ago.
On
Just
Shingun.
NBA draft. Yeah,
On the
for
Rockets.
He wouldn't even get drafted 4 years ago.
No, that's
No.
where you're losing me.
That's when,
Once Aiden got
Aiden,
drafted,
yeah.
I've been watching Sengun tape for 3 days. Great player. I'm locked in. But
Great player.
But stop sleeping on Zach. You be hating.
I'm not sleeping on Zach. I just don't want him on the Knicks. That's not sleeping on
But
Zach.
you want RJ and Randall.
Who do you want on the Knicks?
I don't want to trade anything significant for Zach LaVine.
So do you want Paul George?
I think the trade package for Paul George is probably a little bit lesser than Zach LaVine. Maybe around the same.
Probably the same.
hmm
But I'm saying, would you want Paul George?
For the right deal. Yeah.
Who
Would
do
you want Zach LaVine for the right deal?
What's the deal?
See what?
Well, you're gonna need to match salary.
You have to give two. You're giving us 2 first-round picks, buddy.
Yeah, that's a fact.
I'm not giving you one
Oh,
for
fuck.
Zach.
Oh, then you don't want to win.
I'm
You
giving you
want the Knicks to be
protected
mediocre.
picks.
What?
I'm giving you protected picks.
I'll be honest. Take it.
He's losing me.
Take the protective.
Didn't they give a pick for Cam and Josh Hart?
They did.
What the fuck? We
Josh
can't get-
Hart's probably more valuable than Zach LaVine. It's just, he means
My
more to our
lord.
defense.
My lord, my lord.
I'll
my
be
Lord.
honest.
You-
Look at our
Are
record.
you
No,
ignoring?
you,
I'm
you
trying-
lost me there. You lost me there.
I'm trying.
You lost me there.
Look at our
What
record.
the
Josh Hart's a great player.
Look at our
great
record.
culture guy. It's
Yo,
not close.
Repeat to me what he said. I'm
he
sorry.
said Josh Hart is more. What did he say?
I was formulating.
It's more
You said
valuable or better
impactful.
No, I'll be more valuable.
than Zach LaVine, bro.
I'm glad I didn't hear it the first time. I
Man,
might have
that's just-
shit myself.
That's one of the craziest things you've ever said.
Why?
Josh Hart is the defensive pass, one of the best rebounding guards in the league. He hustles. He's one
He
of those
became
energy
unplayable
players.
at times against the Miami Heat.
I was just gonna see what did he shoot against it. Do you think over under 29?
does Zach
No, do
LaVine
you want to
shoot?
know what
I'll
the
go
most?
under.
You'll go
Bro, do you
under?
want to know what's the most
Let's see.
impactful
We'll short
thing?
it. Let's go.
Here's the most impactful thing Josh Hart did in that Miami series. Injure Jimmy Butler.
nuts. It was good against the Cleveland.
What did Zach
Cavaliers.
LaVine do in the playoffs?
He had it once again. His knee was blowing
No, I'm
up.
talking about was he there?
He was there. He was actually good gravity. They put Drew on.
Well, was he there this season? Was he there?
Unfortunately, no. He was really good in that
Oh,
playing game
okay.
against the Raptors. Though.
Talking about you have 2 all-stars you're playing with. You can't get to the playoffs. That's sad.
If Josh Hart was leading the Bulls, where would they be?
I mean,
The number
shit.
1 pick in the draft. We actually would have got.
I don't know if you got
We
the
would've
you
got
got
our
them
pick
more
back.
pick.
29.4%.
Oh fuck! Tried to under it.
Damn.
He shot 20 up against the Heat.
29.4. Yep.
How many points did he average?
Let me see.
We are having this. Welcome to the summer, guys.
I have a sleeper team for Brook Lopez to go to
He averaged like 9, 11, 2.
Can I guess?
because yeah.
Mm.
What's the sleeper team Brook Lopez goes to? Yes, I have one. I'm gonna name it after you guys finish.
Wait,
guessing.
is this a team that?
Has cap space.
Okay.
So it's one of them 8.
Yes.
Indiana.
OKC.
OKC is correct.
Bang.
I think Kaysen Wallace, they just drafted him. That's a Lou Dort replacement. If they can trade Lou Dort to fill up to free up some salary, Brook Lopez is a player who I think would be a great fit in OKC.
You start at the 4 or 5, really. Shed at the 4.
It could go either or. I mean, maybe he comes off the bench.
Who?
Brook.
Broke off the bench. Yeah. Shed's pretty versatile.
Or you just have Kaysen come off the bench. And it's
Kaysen's coming off the bench.
SGA, Giddy, J-Dub, Chet, Brook.
Oh, you thought Kaysen was starting?
He's a Lou Dort replacement for me down the line.
So are you thinking like Dort's trading shit?
Yeah.
Type shit. I don't think they would trade Dort's the first year though.
That's a good starting lineup, though.
Yeah, no, they would
Lopez, Shat,
Yeah.
J-Dub, Giddy, SGA. I like that a lot.
Even if they don't, Dort's J-Dub was great at the 4 last year.
Yeah, he was. I think
Dort
that
just
would
has to be
amazing.
a better finisher, dog. If he
Bro,
was
he's
that-
horrendous. What is it? 48%. 48. My
he
God,
was a
bro.
he was a better spot up shooter. He'd be great, bro. He's such a fucking lockdown.
Where does D'Angelo Russell go to?
Taiwan. Shanghai?
I really
Miami.
can't see a team
Miami.
that
Australia.
wants D'Lo.
I think that if Damian obviously does not get moved, which
That's a
is
last
seeming
resort.
likely, I think that a strong possibility is D'Angelo Russell getting moved.
Is
You
there
know
any
who's
world he
a-
goes back to LA?
For a
There's a
cheap deal.
world. There's a world, but I don't think so.
You know, Jordan Clarkson, I think, is a sneaky free agent player.
He
I don't
should be- he should
disagree.
be
Like
good.
whatever team he picks to go to, I think could kind of turn the tides a little bit if the
Which
team is
way?
a contending team.
Like Dallas?
Jordan Clarkson to Dallas would be sexy.
That just the way you said it was funny.
Nah, they have James
That would
Harden.
be
They
that
don't need
would
him.
be attractive.
Sure.
That'd be like an improved Spencer Dinwiddie for them in the year that they went to the Western Conference Finals.
Jordan Clarkson should go to. I'm gonna say.
Okay, see? Nah, they just
Why
drafted
not
Kaysen.
Houston?
Interesting.
He's a
man.
he's another like shot chucker though.
6 man.
He changed his game this year. I respect.
Why not
it.
have him come off the bench?
I like
Fuck it, right?
KPJ off the bench though.
They both can. That's 30 points.
That's fair, but yeah.
Or how about Memphis? They don't have Cap. They need a small forward.
What about the Sixers? If they can make a play for
Jordan.
Clarkson.
I
They need
see
it. They need it.
Milton's not coming back, right?
Mm-mm.
Interesting. I don't know. Are they gonna be able to afford that?
On the MLE, I'm not sure Clarkson wants that, but
Uh-huh. I
That's
think
a
he outplayed an
possibility.
MLE.
he did.
Cool.
Jordan
Clarkson.
Clarkson.
Well,
He
was
averaged,
getting
what, 20?
16 mil.
Was it 20 or 19 or 20?
He averaged close to 20.
He
Yeah.
was getting 16 mil last year.
Yeah.
He definitely is going to get around that.
I think he's
Detroit.
He averaged 21 and 4.
Yo, that is sneaky.
He can come off that.
That
bench, get
is sneaky.
buckets. Come to Detroit, man. Hey, listen, Clarkson, come to Detroit. We need.
Do you think he wants this to come off the bench?
that? I don't know. I don't know if he want to start to come off the bench.
I mean, he's been like a career 6-man.
He's been really good. He's going to get 30 minutes regardless.
Career like 6-7. You know what I mean?
No, I get what he's going to
Yeah.
get 30 minutes regardless. I don't know what his intentions are. He hasn't spoken much.
You know who's another wild card? Bruce Brown. And where he goes to.
Definitely one of them young teams.
He posted on a story the other day.
He was in Boston.
He was in Boston location. He had smiley faces, black
He
screen.
low-key might be from Boston though.
That could be a good point. I mean,
He was wearing Tatum's.
Tatum's shoes came up. Are they good? Nice.
Yeah, we've seen it.
He is from
He
Boston.
He is.
He's
Kelly
from Boston.
Oubre. Chat says Kelly Oubre. Where do we think he's going, fellas?
Kelly Oubre.
That's
definitely
You're a big
Australia.
Kelly Oubre
Right.
fan.
Yeah, because he's handsome. That's probably about it.
He is handsome.
Good looking
He
man.
is. He is very good. looking.
I vote Australia.
Oh my god.
I really don't know where he would go.
Yeah, I
Kelly
just don't
Oubre?
know. Yeah, what?
I feel like this free
why
agency is
not
just
back to the Hornets?
I think they're good. They got Brandon Miller. I think they're gonna bring Gordon Hayward off the bench.
Uh-huh.
They got a lot of guards they want to fill out. I don't think it's room.
Pistons need a forward.
Jesus Christ.
They do. They do need a
You want
forward.
everyone but Kelly Oubre, huh?
I did.
Portland. That's another interesting one.
They're just picking shit up, huh?
Yeah, I mean, hey.
I don't know where he would go. Like,
I feel like a lot of these teams, a lot of these free agents this offseason are players that don't necessarily fit
With the
a
teams
lot
that
of
cap.
contending teams.
I think Cam Johnson's the most intriguing player in free agency right
I think
now.
the Nets are just going to match any
I
offer.
Which is the ass part, because I think if he was in a bidding war, like if he had an opportunity to pick, it would be fire.
The Pistons could be the one.
Told you
to
about Cam
blow him
Johnson,
away.
man.
Cam Johnson's
Pistons,
good.
I've been telling you about
San
it, man.
Antonio, Houston, that would like Indiana would be a great fit for Cam Johnson. Like, there's a lot of places he could legitimately
D
go.
Rose.
Suns need to go get his ass over there.
That's interesting.
I
They
love
need-
them in Boston.
You know, Dells, I
That'd be
wouldn't.
lit.
I
He-
wouldn't. I'm sorry.
He's gonna be a minimum type guy. He's not getting paid.
Hey,
Nothing.
listen, he can give you some 20-point games.
I need some culture. I need some leadership.
You are in bad denial right now, buddy.
The Celtics could use Bruce Brown.
I would love Bruce Brown. We're not gonna be able to pay him what he wants though.
No, you guys would be amazing with Bruce.
Bruce Brown to LA?
You'd be once
Bruce
again
Brown to
in
Dallas.
contention to win a chip.
We are
third,
we
fourth
just
year.
need
every
we need a point guard. The love guy.
Don't do this.
Luka
to me,
needs a
Joel.
ring.
Don't do this to
Tatum
me,
needs
Joel.
one first.
No.
Steph needs his 5th before both
Fuck
of
you.
those.
I'll see Jokic win 2 before I see LeBron
The
win
agendas get nasty if Tatum wins.
I need Steph to get his 5.
The agenda's already there.
No.
I need that
So-
for the culture.
How about we
Exactly.
just
11 seed.
listen? I'm a cool. We both
Never had to
retire
carry a
at
team
4.
like
that.
I
Fuck
would
no.
love 5.
How about this? I get the 5th. You get the 5th.
I get it first.
Ugh. No.
I got it first.
Fuck no.
I got first.
I can't see LeBron with another, bro. Gotta be
What if he gets it first, but LeBron goes out with the chip?
Last year retires with a chip.
See, we can roll with that.
All right, but here's the deal, and I'm willing to shake on it right now. I'm fine with Steph getting his first. However, yes, he needs to retire after winning it, but Steph needs to be a part of the
Nope.
run.
No, I
You
can't
stinky
have
prick.
that. I can't have you win your last one and beat Stephen. You just beat him. I can't have it
I
again.
did just beat him. We fuck clap that ass.
Yeah, I know. Sounds good. Wait till my guys learn how to play ball again.
Oh yeah, now you have Jordan Poole. Maybe.
Clay's still here.
Good luck.
Well, we have Chris Paul now. I'm all in.
Like I said, good luck.
I'm all in on a move.
You guys are first round exit.
That's like hilarious.
Maybe.
Yeah,
You guys
but-
were almost a first round exit this year.
Steph would never
They ran
allow it.
into a respect the team. That was
That's
amazing.
what I mean.
Respect.
I said you guys
Respect.
they were almost a first. That's exactly what I'm doing.
Respect the Kings.
The jig was up.
Drew.
Talk to me.
As long as Steph Curry's breathing, it would not be a first round exit, bro.
That was a
Almost-
playing
It
exit
was
though.
almost.
Steph was breathing. You were playing exit.
Clay was
And who did that? Do you remember?
John Moran.
LeBron.
It was LeBron and the Lakers.
Steph was
Because
amazing.
guess what?
That's
He
why
was
LeBron's
seeing
the
three.
GOAT, baby.
No,
He was seeing 3.
LeBron-
He's like, fuck it. Aim for
LeBron
the
didn't
middle.
do it. LeBron didn't do it. It was Ja.
Facts.
It was Ja.
Oh, yeah.
Clay was hurt.
How bad is that?
Remember when
Second
Dre,
year player.
Did you remember the game
How could I forget?
when
it?
Dre shot a
Draymond's
floater? Yeah, it's never his fault, you know. But
Nah, Dre went out like a doofus.
That's why LeBron's the greatest of all time. You better respect him.
I do respect LeBron.
Good. You better.
You,
He's one of
you
the
respect
greats.
LeBron?
Of course, I respect LeBron. He's a
You
king.
couldn't even say his name just now.
He's a king.
He's a king.
Yeah,
You
I
just called
stumbled.
Harden the king.
They could both be kings.
There can only
Drew
be one.
calls everybody king.
Spitting.
They can all be kings.
You just spit. And for that,
You fucked me.
he did.
You fucked me.
Do you guys have any other free agent wild cards that you think could be attractive to other teams?
They're saying DSJ to Miami.
Interesting.
Dennis Smith Jr. is a good fit there. Now, Pedro Infante goes 1 chip challenge for the Patreon episode. And bro, Reds are lit. I'm thinking of getting a De La Cruz jersey. This from Beach Party. in
I'm
Discord.
thinking about getting a
He's
Dela
got to be
Cruz
the
jersey.
highest paid or like the highest selling jersey in the
For
MLB.
sure,
So
bro.
what's the 1 chip challenge?
It's a spicy ass chip.
Oh.
And I'm not doing it because if you know me, you know my stomach is messed up. And if I have that 1 chip, I might need to go to the hospital.
Damn.
It's fucked up. It's hot as hell.
So people love spicy challenges.
Oh, I do like spicy foods too, but that's where I'm going to draw the line because I will live on a toilet.
Santos goes, who's winning in a 7-game series? 2017 Warriors or 2020 Lakers? It's 2017 Warriors.
We'd beat the shit out of energy.
I don't know.
With Kevin Durant.
We're
It'd
really
be a-
one of the
it'd
most
be a 6-game
underrated,
series.
dominating
What,
teams.
2017 versus who?
2020 Lakers.
It'd be a
6
good
games.
series.
No, it wouldn't.
Why, bro? You went 7 games with the Rockets.
That's a good point.
They only won one game
They
with
fit our.
Kyrie
They
and
fit our.
Caleb.
They can better guard our style than.
Could y'all
Lakers.
guard us?
Yeah,
Who?
you were gonna run out JaVale McGee lineups.
That's not. But when
Or
we
Dwight
faced,
Howard
that's not true.
lineups.
When we faced the Rockets, we played small and we won in 5.
Markeith
That
Morris
team
was
was
in the lineup.
dog shit.
The issue there was that Russell, we were able to sag off. So
Yeah,
we
that's-
will never be able to do that
I
with you
think
guys.
6 games at most, not 7, maybe 5, maybe a tough 5,
No way.
maybe a tough 5.
Do you understand that we ran through the
Who
West?
was better, 2020 Lakers or 2017 Cavs?
2020 Lakers.
By far,
I think very easily.
2017.
That's also the best Anthony Davis that we've seen. You could argue this one, but I think the most consistent, most dominant was that 2020 AD. And he was knocking down the 3 ball.
2017. Draymond was also one of the best defenders. of the
Okay.
time.
But I think that AD was pretty unstoppable.
Dre's. It's Kevin Durant, Steph. Bro.
But
I'm
you're
gonna be
also
honest.
mentioning what year was it that AD went against the Golden State Warriors and he absolutely torched them?
He didn't torch Draymond.
That was
If
20.
you actually look up
I know you tell me that. You
he
tell me
didn't
that there's
torture him.
nobody that defends him as well. But again, this series against the Golden State Warriors,
Looney was
AD
guarding
was
him
doing
well.
whatever he wanted. That's not really that true.
Looney was guarding.
Looney
well.
got phased out of the offense, out of the game because AD was killing.
Didn't AD have a 40 ball on Looney? That was the
No,
first game.
That was.
I'm sorry, 2017. Just Kevin Durant, Steph.
I mean, no, for sure.
That was
Listen,
the
you
first
guys
time
are
they
favored.
That was
think
the
you guys
first
are
time they were
favored.
together. That was the first year.
Yeah.
They'd ran shit.
It was 2015 and 2018. AD was great in both, but the star lineup that the Lakers ran out against the Rockets was Rondo,
Nuts.
KCP, LeBron, Markieff Morris, and AD.
You have no shot, bro.
No.
Where do you think Steph Curry goes?
No shot now. Rondo.
Markieff Morris.
Respect to Rondo. This shit ain't
Once you
happening
told
over
me
here.
Markieff, I'm just like, I'm gonna have to calm this one down.
Where's Seth Curry go?
Ooh,
Seth Curry.
Back to
He's
Dallas?
He's the MLE.
But you know
Candidate
what?
for
I
third
don't think
contender.
that.
Boston.
I would like him on.
Can't
Boston.
defend.
But we have Hauser, who kind of just like the same shit.
I don't
Better
think that
defender, too.
Markieff. And I'm sorry,
Taller.
I'm fixated on this. I don't think Markieff would obviously start. Honestly, I do believe JaVale would be and provide good minutes against y'all.
Now it's rated 2008.
Oh, nah. LeBron. It was LeBron, AD, Danny Green, KCP,
Yes,
and Markieff.
Yes, but I still
Who's
don't
guarding
think
Kevin Durant?
LeBron.
Yeah, Katie's going to cook him.
He is. No, he is.
And then who's guarding Steph? Rondo.
It'll be a combination of KCP, Rondo, yeah,
And Danny Green.
and Danny Green, who was really fucking good defensively.
Good luck.
But it's Steph Curry.
Yeah, good luck.
Who's guarding AD?
Draymond.
Who's guarding LeBron?
Probably Kevin Durant.
Okay, good luck.
Kevin Durant torched him in 2017.
He did.
That was the great LeBron. That was
Mhm.
the Cavs LeBron.
Mhm.
The better LeBron.
Also, AD's probably going to play defense on Kevin Durant too.
Good luck.
I feel very good with that.
You shouldn't.
Why?
You can't guard Kevin Durant one
I
on
mean,
one.
no one really can.
And then Steph.
So Beach Party goes out. Donate $100 next episode if we do the one chip challenge.
I'm
for
not.
sure
it's
doing
not worth $100 to me. I'm sorry, guys.
I'll
Do
do
we
one
all
chip
have to do it
challenge.
or just one person?
I'll do it.
What
Hey,
type? Where do we get this chip?
What's the one?
You
Wait,
get
what's
like
the
a
one?
7-Eleven or
What's
something.
What's the one chip challenge?
It's
They have
the
them at like 7-Eleven.
spiciest chip there is.
I'll get that $100 for us. Come on,
Okay, I
I'm in.
respect that. I respect
we're
that.
doing it.
I respect the shit out of you, Riv.
That's real.
I got y'all, bro. Well, how spicy could it be?
It's
Pretty fucking spicy.
I'm a
probably.
grown ass fucking man.
clipped.
Yo, he's gonna be tearing up. He's gonna be gagging, choking,
Gagging, huh?
coughing
can't wait.
up. Looking forward to it.
Another
now.
day in office.
my God.
Another day in office for me, buddy.
You gotta have so much
9 to
water.
5.
Right?
Yeah,
him
or
just-
milk or
Oh,
something.
Yeah.
milk and ice cream.
I'm good, bro. Trust, I'm a grown ass man, bro. 25 years of age.
It ain't
I already
nothing to
see
me.
he's gonna bite it. He's gonna try to play it off. He's gonna get one little cough, and it's gonna be over.
I'm
It's
telling
gonna
you,
go
it's not
crazy.
gonna happen, bro. I'll do it. for sure.
Santos goes, if you can imagine one of LeBron James' finals loss, which one would be more impactful? Also, I hope y'all understood the pictures I posted on Twitter.
Oh yeah,
for
My
sure.
girl messaged me. She's like, "What is this about?"
The girls thought it was they were judging the woman who looks better.
Yeah,
That's-
yeah.
Oh,
that's-
really?
Yeah.
Oh.
And I told Zara, I was like, no, the judge would die
Yeah.
in a horror movie. And I got picked. Yeah, that's how it was.
Oh my God! If you could change one of LeBron's finals losses,
The Mavs.
that Spurs one. I don't know. You start off a career with a championship. That one's intriguing.
I don't know. I think maybe.
Also, you know what? No,
Warriors.
2014, he three-peats.
They beat the shit out of y'all.
I think that would be the most impactful because then he has a three-peat on his name.
you don't think it'd be more impactful if he beat
Oh,
Golden
wait,
State in
the
2017?
Either which one is a three-peat. Ah, fuck yeah, the Mavericks. I'm gonna go the Mavericks 100%. I apologize.
You know
What if he beat the 2017 Warriors? It beat the greatest team ever assembled with KD.
No, I understand that, but I feel like a three-peat
Be realistic
means a
too.
lot to a legacy.
Let's be realistic.
I mean, we got a game, thank God.
I would say one series I would
Darren
change.
Williams.
All right, scrap it all. 2018, I need that one because that's the best year by any player ever if he wins that finals.
I think for me, it'd be two series. One would be D-Rose,
Bro,
2011.
do you remember when they were having the conversation after he beat Boston that this was LeBron's finest achievement? And then after he lost, it's like no one cared about it anymore. It was an accomplishment in and of itself to get to the finals. And then everyone just threw it away.
And in game one, he had 50.
51.
But he went
8-8.
0 for 4 in overtime. And so we had just had to wash away the performance, unfortunately.
I'm dead. Was he 0 for
What a
4?
stretch.
Sounds familiar.
Yeah.
Was he 0 for
Sounds
4?
real familiar.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, 2011 D-Rose, ECF. I need that. Life changes in that moment.
2022 Celtics. Need it back.
20. I wouldn't change 2016 because we don't get Kevin Durant. I would for sure change 2019.
Need Tatum game
So you're
one.
telling me he had 51 in regulation?
He went scoreless in overtime.
That was if Steph wins in 2019, it's up. Man.
Tatum wins his first trip against the Warriors.
God, pick something else.
What else off of the pick?
I don't know.
I could give Paul Pierce already got one. I was like, what else?
yeah.
Mine is easy.
No, he didn't.
2018 Rockets win.
2018
He
Rockets.
didn't. He didn't. So you talked out of your ass. You lost me. He scored. Unlike Kevin Durant.
How much did he
His
score?
bum ass.
What do you,
Points.
And at the free throw line, am I?
Yeah, that is what it was.
he's hilarious, bro.
So he did go.
He's one guy that would literally go.
He said he went scoreless.
Oh, my bad. No, I was wrong on that. But
KD
did he
went
go?
scoreless.
Did he go 0 for 4 or 0 for 3?
I think he missed 2 layups. Hold on.
KD for sure went scoreless. I have that drained in my brain.
Not even a free throw. I hate to see it.
I don't think he got to the line.
I mean, he would have made one.
Yeah, he didn't go to the line. He was taking straight jobbers.
And now Glenn goes 2019 Toronto, 2020 Lakers, 2022 Golden State Warriors, 2023 Denver Nuggets comparison.
What was it? The last 4 champions.
Yeah, I think
The last two champions, and then the Lakers in Toronto.
I think Denver's the best team.
Shit, the Mets won actually.
Yeah, we smoked.
I
them.
think the Warriors are probably the worst team out of those 4.
Mhm.
Like team construction. I'll probably go.
You think so?
Yeah.
I think
You don't think the Warriors could beat the 2020 Lakers?
I didn't say they couldn't. I don't think they could beat
I think
them.
I would go.
What are
I
we
think I'd have the
disrespecting the
Lakers.
2020
I would have them
Lakers
second.
for?
I think on that list.
Bro, the Warriors
I would have
depth
Toronto
was
second.
amazing.
Again,
Really?
do we forget how dominant our run was?
No, I think the Warriors can beat the Lakers. I think the Lakers were a little bit better constructed, though. They had everything you needed.
You'd have Denver 1.
Denver, I would probably put 1. I would put Toronto 2. I think Toronto was the best team out there, but
Is 2023 Denver better than 2020 Lakers?
I think so. Duh.
Why?
Because Jamal was much better. The Joker was much better.
And they had Aaron
was
Gordon.
better. Bruce Brown
Jamal
was
Murray
better.
was playing unbelievable basketball.
Jamal Murray played better now than he did back then.
Is that true?
I'm pretty sure.
I think it's the same actually.
The shit he was doing in the first half was otherworldly.
Yeah,
no, for
that's
sure.
30
But the
points.
shit that he was doing in the playoffs was otherworldly.
I would go Denver number 1, Toronto 2,
Jokic is over.
3 the Warriors, and then 4 the Lakers.
You're telling me I'm getting AD who can hit threes? That's what you're telling me.
No, you're technically not. Depends on where we're playing.
You're telling me 2020 Lakers.
But then all these other teams didn't play in the bubble, so we can't play in the bubble. Sorry.
Crying at that.
I think the Warriors were constructed great in 2022.
No, I didn't say they weren't.
Yo, dude, you can laugh now, but no bubble. 30 piece, game 6. You got smoked. You didn't even see a game 7. Warriors, Lakers.
Oh,
So hush.
yeah. I don't know.
Respect your daddies.
I think the 2019 Raptors are one of the most slept on teams in
No, I had
recent
them at 2.
history. They were ridiculously stacked. My goodness.
I think the Warriors last year were built great, but they didn't have a defined number 2 star. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
With LeBron and AD, it was Wiggins sometimes. Sometimes it was Poole. Sometimes it was Clay. With the Lakers, they had LeBron and AD dominating, and then the role players. It was just like Steph. You knew he was coming, and then it was like whoever just stepped up.
Would you
Our
put the
role players are
2020?
amazing.
Would you put the
Caruso.
2020 Lakers over the 2019 Raptors?
No, I had the Raptors at 2 on my board.
Okay, I also would have them.
Yeah,
I
The
think
only one that
yeah.
I'm willing to hear, most definitely, these Nuggets.
because Kawhi guards LeBron, Marcus Gasol, Serge Ibaka
That's a
on
tough
AD.
for AD. That's a tough front court. And then they just had like 7 guys that can score. Like 10
LeBron's
to
still
12
getting
points.
his. He's still getting
Kawhi,
his.
nobody's stopping Kawhi in the Lakers. Like nobody. That
LeBron?
2019. Stop. Please stop. Please.
What are,
For the
what are
love
we
of
laughing
God.
about?
Stop.
LeBron's not stopping Kawhi.
2019 Kawhi
no.
was on a different.
He was amazing, but so is
Stop.
LeBron.
He was as good as
Bro.
James Harden that year offensively.
This guy just is a LeBron. Oh, like
Bro, he averaged 30 in the finals.
nobody said he wasn't stopping LeBron, but
Uh-huh.
LeBron wasn't stopping Kawhi.
He definitely
wasn't.
would.
Kawhi's giving more resistance to LeBron than LeBron is to Kawhi.
Wow. Saying I'm fucking gobbling. Unbelievable what's going on right now. So
Kawhi's
listen,
a better defender than LeBron.
Okay, I'm not saying that, but offensively, it's not a question who's better.
At scoring the ball, you can say Kawhi
At that time,
at that time is better than LeBron scoring the ball.
wait. Lakers bubble, Lakers 2020 versus Kawhi 2019. You're acting like it's a clearing that LeBron
I'm not
scores
saying-
better.
I'm not saying LeBron is most definitely a better offensive player than Kawhi.
We're talking about scoring.
Okay,
The
so
playmaking, LeBron's going to do that.
Okay,
We're talking about bucket for bucket.
okay, I understand. Yes.
Kawhi is going to kill LeBron.
Huh?
No, you're
Kill?
Yeah, Kawhi is going to. Did you see what he did to Jimmy Butler, Ben Simmons, and Joel Embiid?
Uh-huh.
He destroyed them.
Okay.
He did.
You think he can't do that
He
to
was the only
2020
offensive
LeBron?
player
No.
there.
No. No.
Oh my god, you're crazy,
But
bro.
you're treating Kawhi like he's Kevin Durant.
He was the best player in the world at 2019, bro.
Deservedly so.
He was that good.
And then what happened the year after?
Kawhi would torch Kevin Durant too.
He would.
That's weird.
just
though.
did.
Just
He
different
just did.
positions. Yeah, facts.
No, he would. Like, we're acting like, bro. Kawhi would torch
Also,
any
Kevin
wing.
Durant does not have the body that LeBron does.
You're right. But Kawhi would torch any wing in the league, bro.
For sure. I'm not saying I'm not talking KD versus Kawhi matchup.
We're off that. But I'm saying Kawhi would have torched LeBron. LeBron, of course, is going to do what LeBron does, but Kawhi would have torched LeBron.
I'm not going to say that.
So we can say LeBron was going to hold him.
He definitely would.
I don't even think LeBron would be guarding Kawhi.
Not even he never would.
Why wouldn't he?
Because it would have been KCP or Danny Green guarding Kawhi.
I disagree with that.
I don't think LeBron's taking
in that bubble. LeBron didn't guard Kawhi till the end of the game.
The bubble? What do you mean?
Then they played in a bubble.
That was the first game back.
But I'm saying LeBron doesn't really guard LeBron like that. They usually put somebody else because you preserve the energy.
Kawhi doesn't look.
LeBron doesn't really guard Kawhi like that. They usually preserve the energy.
LeBron doesn't really guard other star players like that.
No, Kawhi would probably take well, they have Siakam.
Because then the scoring options would be Siakam, and he has to go up against Anthony Davis.
Whoa, Anthony Davis. Well, unless AD was playing the 5.
Anthony Davis was unbelievable in the bubble.
I never said he was.
I'm just stating facts. In terms
Kawhi was
of
also unbelievable in 2019.
No, without a doubt.
So nobody was stopping that Kawhi. Mm-hmm. Like he gave Jimmy, Ben, like these are elite defenders.
Okay, I got you. And LeBron is also an elite defender.
LeBron was a better defender than Ben Simmons. 2020 LeBron.
So Glenn goes this. I will go with the Lakers, with the 2020 Lakers number 1.
Ben got cooked by Trae Young.
2019?
2021.
Yeah, I'm not counting that. He fell off.
He did.
Now Glenn goes, he's going to go with the Lakers number 1. He's going with the Warriors number 4. And he's having a hard time picking between Toronto and the Nuggets for the 2 and 3 spot.
The Lakers at 1 is kind of nuts.
Why?
I don't think it's nuts. I think it's close.
I don't know. Denver just kind of ran through a tough ass.
Denver just had 4 losses.
Denver, I can hear you at 1. I can hear you at Denver 1. They were unbelievably dominant.
And then to Raptors.
Honestly, the Lakers were really, really dominant. But when you look at like who they played,
it's just Denver.
It's not. Yeah, it's really just Denver. Miami in the finals was Goran Dragic didn't play. He was one of the best players on the team. Bam was injured.
He loves the Goran Dragic stat.
Yeah, he does.
He was good though. He was one of the best players.
It's just funny that you said like we were talking about like you just said Dragic was funny.
The Trailblazers in the first round, the Rockets with Westbrook who couldn't shoot, and then the Nuggets. I think the Nuggets definitely this year had a tougher path. Maybe not even. I might go with the Raptors might have had the toughest path.
The Raptors unquestioned in their conference had the toughest run.
Yeah.
What was it? Did they have to see Boston?
Magic, Philly, and then Bucks.
Got it.
Yeah, those unquestioned they had the best.
Because the Philly was 7 games, Bucks was 6 games, but they did go down 2-0.
Yep.
And then of course the Warriors
injured Golden State.
That's why I said just in their conference alone.
If James Harden faced the same team,
you're almost always going to have.
But who's better, that injured Heat team or the injured Warriors team? I think I would go with the Warriors team.
Yeah, they have Steph, and then Draymond still.
And Clay was there
and DeMarcus Cousins.
I'm with you.
Christ.
Remember when they signed Boogie? I was like, league's over.
No, the world shut down when they signed Boogie, bro.
Didn't do shit.
Now we just steamrolled everyone.
Oh, so wait, but Denver they played Phoenix, played this Lakers,
Minnesota, Lakers,
and
then the Heat.
No, they had a good run.
Yeah,
they had a really good run
because they swept the Lakers.
I would say Phoenix is better than the Rockets in Portland.
No,
you don't think so?
Maybe not the Rockets.
The Rockets wasn't that.
Wait,
good,
we're talking
bro.
2020 Rockets.
Yeah, the 2020 bubble.
I would
Rockets?
take this Phoenix.
I would too, bro.
I would take this Phoenix. The Blazers, there were people that thought that the Blazers were going to beat the Lakers. That was fucking stupid.
I think the Blazers is better than Minnesota because Minnesota was hurt.
And then the Nuggets
Lakers
were dumb good because they beat the 3-1. They came back from 3-1 down
twice against the Jazz and Clippers.
Yeah.
And we had 2 game-winning shots that series.
That Denver team over this Lakers team?
Definitely.
Yeah.
They had Jeremy Grant on that team.
And that was before Jokic really got into shape. No, Jokic dominated this year. Yeah. AD was clearly better than Jokic that year. It was clear that Jokic was better than AD.
I can understand putting the Lakers 1. You're getting prime LeBron and prime Anthony
and
Davis.
The best version of AD we've seen.
Yeah. You're getting
jump shooter AD. I'd kill to have that right now.
And then defenders and shooters around them.
I'll put him 3. I see the argument for 1.
Caruso, KCP, playoff Rondo. You mentioned it, Kyle Kuzma. Danny Green, great defender, 3 and D.
No disrespect, but I'd probably take this Joker over 2020 LeBron.
I don't know.
I think I would.
It's LeBron.
What's wrong with you?
It's LeBron.
I'm talking about just in that specific match.
I got you. What's wrong with you?
You can argue that if LeBron didn't have an ankle injury in these playoffs, those Denver games could have went differently because all of them were close.
Yeah.
But the Joker's still going to be
No,
just
He's gonna get it done.
No,
Yeah.
he's gonna
He
be
got swept,
fine.
bro. I don't know.
It's just that's still like prime LeBron.
They got swept, but you're
I'm
talking
saying-
about you're getting a LeBron if he's
Wait.
not injured. You're getting a LeBron who's pressuring the rim.
What was run for run? I don't know. The Joker was fucking amazing
He
this
was OD.
year.
He was OD.
I don't know. I
So
think
was
you could
LeBron.
put the Joker up there with that
LeBron
run.
was
2020,
flawless though.
2020 LeBron was 2020 LeBron and 2020 AD. You could argue AD and LeBron were going back. I think the Joker this year,
He was on some shit.
LeBron was legitimately flawless the 2020 run.
the Joker was
So was the
flawless.
Joker.
And on defense, the Joker was amazing in this run.
Okay, got you. LeBron was obvious. I got you. Again, it's not. It's hard when you're acknowledging two players that are obviously
but I don't
of
think
such
it's
a
a clearing.
caliber.
I think it's close. I'm not saying the Joker was. I'm saying that the runs. I'm not saying the Joker is better than LeBron. I'm saying the runs though. The Joker was fucking amazing, man.
No, the runs, yeah.
Yeah, I'm just talking.
Jokic is the
specifically-
first player ever to lead everybody in points,
Oh, he
rebounds,
was
and assists the entire
unbelievable.
run.
Yeah, I'm just talking the runs. Not
That's
like
the first time
player
that's
for player.
ever happened.
No, he's insane. Like again, we did this on the podcast that I wasn't here, that I was at home for. I think that his PRA was 52, 50, something like that. LeBron's was 51. Just what he was doing was unbelievable in terms of averages per game.
Yeah, man.
I think we'll finish off on that, man. Thank you guys for watching episode
Kawhi over LeBron's fucking crazy.
292.
As a scorer.
Yeah, crazy.
Oh, listen, bro. If you want to go to bat with that, you just forgot 2019.
No, I remember very vividly.
You couldn't.
No, but you're forgetting 2020 LeBron.
Let's see. Look up 2020 LeBron, real quick. Just let's run it by.
Here we go. It's always the historical debates, man.
Dehls.
2019 Raptors versus the 2022 Lakers. Fuck. What do we got?
LeBron averaged 28 points, 11 rebounds, 9 assists.
This is the playoffs.
Just tell me
or
the
regular?
official.
Playoffs,
We're doing full playoffs.
56%, and then from three, 37%.
28. Kawhi was at 31 points a game, 49, 38, 88 splits.
Mhm.
Like I said, as a scorer, Kawhi was there, bro.
I got you.
In 24 games,
Mhm.
Kawhi was there, bro.
Okay.
Don't know why you try to act like it.
It's LeBron James, though. He's not
See,
matching
we-
up
we-
against LeBron.
we can.
But that's what you're
we-
saying. You told
I
me
said
he
we're
would
talking
kill
score.
LeBron.
As a scorer, I'm just talking.
I
score for
understand that. That's
score.
where you lost me.
Well, I said that LeBron will have a tougher time with Kawhi Leonard guarding him on defense than Kawhi will with LeBron guarding him on defense. That's what I
I
said.
don't even know.
9 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals, and a block, bro. He was different.
He was
Bro, I don't know why you act
I
like
wish
that's like.
LeBron didn't pass either.
What the? What are we doing?
I wish
here?
LeBron didn't pass. I wish he didn't.
Bro, what are we? That's his game, bro.
No, I got
wish
you.
it wasn't his game.
I got because we're again 9 assists to his 4.
Bro. How many field goals did he take?
56% efficiency, by the way. 18.
Kawhi took 20, bro.
Okay.
What are we doing here?
Mhm.
They took around the same amount of field goals. It's okay, bro. Kawhi was a
What are your
bucket.
But I
bro.
said 56 and 37. You said 49.
49 and 37. Yeah.
I got you. So LeBron was more efficient.
You said and
Very
was better than
calmly.
him.
Kawhi takes more.
Does it look
jumpers.
good?
Okay,
It really
does look
37%.
Who's his true shooting?
three.
Jess.
This
Oh,
guy's
really?
going.
Uh-huh.
StatMuse isn't giving me true shooting.
Pain.
Told me Anthony Edwards had the better series.
That's my guy.
I'm just saying, bro. You don't pretend like LeBron's not this great elite defender because you know he is.
It's Kawhi Leonard.
It's LeBron James.
It's so
You can do
great
that.
de-
You can do
great
that
defenders
to
get cooked.
any other.
Great defenders get cooked, do they not?
Drew Holiday was getting cooked.
So LeBron's not going to cook Kawhi.
I did. This is
They're both gonna get there.
This is what you're. This is
But
where you're.
LeBron would get the upper hand. Is my point.
As a scorer, I don't know.
Oh my God! End the show.
The player would be LeBron. He'd get that upper hand.
you
As a
just
score, I was just talking as a score.
But what is
I'm
that?
fucking James.
Score.
Fucking Kawhi. We're gonna go.
Kawhi-
It's not,
You guys
not
are saying-
Tatum. We're not talking about Tatum. We're talking about LeBron James.
LeBron,
What's the Tatum
LeBron
say
for his
for it?
career.
Because this was the whole original thing with Kawhi and me and Riv.
LeBron for his career shoots 33% from mid range. That's awful. Kawhi Leonard is one of the best mid range shooters in NBA
Okay?
history.
And LeBron's one of the greatest drivers of the basketball in the history.
And Kawhi Leonard shoots 40% from 3. That's not LeBron James.
I feel like
LeBron in
if I
this run
find the
was
numbers where
37%
Kawhi
from
guards
three.
LeBron and then LeBron goes to Kawhi, I'm pretty sure I'd probably win. I don't feel like doing that because it's 10 o'clock. But I'm sure if I did it, I would easily find that Kawhi has a better time guarding LeBron than LeBron guarding Kawhi. Kawhi's just a
I think
great
Kawhi's just more
defender.
efficient.
Well, yeah.
And LeBron's just not the defender Kawhi is.
It's okay.
He's
bro.
just not.
Like, I said
He's
LeBron
not.
would get his, bro. It's just Kawhi's
One of the
bro.
best defenders to ever
It's
play the
okay,
game.
bro.
LeBron is too.
He's
We're
not Kawhi
disrespecting
on defense.
LeBron,
LeBron
bro.
is one of the best defensive.
You remember
players
that
of all
photo of
time.
LeBron being scared when
The
Kawhi was
video.
subbing in?
The video.
And
The
what,
video?
And what happened? They won the series.
They lost the next one.
Okay, so and that was with Kawhi averaging 14 points.
Who was the Finals MVP?
Yeah, I got you.
Kawhi.
Averaging 14 points.
Yeah.
He was Finals MVP because he held LeBron to, wait for it, 28 points per game. Great job, Kawhi Leonard.
What were the
Here's
stats
your
when?
MVP.
What were the stats when he was guarding him
Yeah,
specifically?
I feel like that's unfair. They just do total.
That's what they
stats.
gave it to Iggy though. It's the same shit. LeBron was put up stupid.
His
numbers.
efficiency was ass.
No, but like
No,
Iggy-
Kawhi
Iggy's
numbers when he was
defense-
actually guarding LeBron were really, really not that good. Let me see if I can find it real quick.
you want to find it off the show? Or are we good to go here?
Yeah, you find it off the show.
Okay. So that's going to do it for episode 292 of the Pick a Side podcast. You can follow us on Twitter at Pick a Side Pod, on Instagram and TikTok at Pick a Side Podcast. And just letting you guys know, we have merch releasing soon. We're going to get our own copy. Then after we have tested the quality, we'll release it out to you guys. Make sure you guys also support our sponsors that help keep us running. Mojo code is in the description. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.